The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Southern Indiana high school football starts now. Presented by IBEW Local 369.
Indiana has a very good match tonight, a delightful evening alongside Jim Kazmarek. John Baldridge here with you. A good matchup, Jim, tonight between two teams coming off wins. This Jeffersontown team winning their last three. Floyd Central's won their last two. A big match tonight, and I'm glad to be joined by you to call it.
Well, this is a big game. This is a Hoosier Hills Conference game. Both teams right now are kind of in the catbird seat in first place in the conference. The winner of this game very well might determine who's going to win the Hoosier Hills Conference championship. So this is a big game. It's kind of a rivalry game. Jeffersonville and Floyd Central create a pretty good rivalry most of the time. So looking forward to a very good, exciting high school football game. Another great night for high school football, John.
Jeffersonville on the road went 0-10 last year. They started 0-1 this year, but they won their last three. What are you seeing from them coming in tonight?
Well, I tell you, they have a new coach, Joe Washington. We'll hear him in a little bit, but he's done an outstanding job. And what he has worked on, not necessarily on just the physical parts of the football game, but he's really worked hard on the kids' mental approach to the game. And he's got them believing in what he's teaching them, and he's got them believing in their teammates. And that's one of the most important things in high school football.
Meanwhile, the Highlanders went 8-2 last year. They've won their last two. What are you seeing from them, a team coming in trying to pick up a win here tonight?
Well, very well-balanced team. They're good running back and a really nice quarterback with 3 or 4 good receivers, good hard-nosed defense. They're always a strong running team. Got some big offensive linemen. They like to move people off the ball. We expect to see that again, but also expect to see Jack Moll, their quarterback, slinging around the field a little bit tonight.
It's a hot night here tonight. Tonight's weather brought to you in part by American Family Insurance agent Mark Stevens. For any quote on insurance need today, contact Mark at 812-263-8600. American Family Insurance. Insane, careless, carefully, dream furiously. Hard to read that from over there. But it's 88 degrees. It's got to be a factor on that turf here tonight.
It is, and this weather is odd because it was kind of cool at the start of the week. The temperature kept rising around. It's 88 now. As high was 90, I think, today. But it is a factor because the turf is hot. The teams have to be prepared for that. So my hope is, John, that they've been preparing for this all week, not just today, not just tonight, but they need to hydrate all week long to get their body accustomed to this kind of stress that it's going to be under. What I'm hoping for is we don't see a lot of cramps tonight.
Tonight's weather, again, brought to you by American Family Insurance. We got a lot to come on the pregame show. We'll be back in a moment on Glycod.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Yes, I'm a dreamer.
Looking for family fun in Southern Indiana? Then look no further than Strike and Spare, your go-to spot for a great time at prices that won't break your budget. With regular and kid-friendly bumper bowling lanes, everyone can join in on the action. And don't miss out on Cosmic Bowling, the cool way to bowl with that nighttime feel. Strike up the fun at Strike and Spare in Clarksville at 511 Little League Boulevard. And visit strikeandspare.com/Clarksville for more information on hosting birthdays and corporate parties.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
Looking for a career instead of a job? Want to make a difference in a child's life? Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program is now hiring. They offer competitive wages, plus health, dental, and life insurance, as well as paid college tuition and retirement plans. Apply online through Indeed.com or email your resume. You can make a difference in a child's life. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start, serving children and families for over 60 years.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by Community Action of Southern Indiana. Looking for a great career while making a difference in a child's life? Head Start is hiring. Visit Cassie1.org to apply.
I'm with Coach Joe Washington, the head football coach of the Jeffersonville Red Devils. That coaches in his first year, and he is currently 3-1. Coach, congratulations on a great start of your coaching career. Coach, I've got a question. You've taken an 0-9 team in 23 and a team that only won 4 games in the last 3 years. Now you're 3-1. Okay, everybody wants to know, what's the secret sauce? How have you done this?
There's no secret sauce. It's just a lot of hard work going out. Kids working their butts off daily, buying into the system, believing that, they can turn this thing around. So, the secret sauce is the belief the kids have.
Coach, you talked earlier when we met back in July about the strength of your team being the receiving corps. Tell me about Robert Tucker, Jaden Berkeley, Cam Holloway, and Braden Gray. All 4 of those are young men, are outstanding receivers.
Oh yeah, each different receiver brings a different aspect of the game, a receiving game to our team. We call them our Bugatti group. They're fast and they're electric and they look good out there on the field. So they work hard together. They're 3 seniors, 1 sophomore. So sophomore probably gets the brunt of it, but as time goes, he'll probably elevate his game as well. And the seniors are teaching him a lot of stuff.
Coach, I love the Bugatti group because I'm used to coaching Fords and Chevrolets.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Coach, Trey Martin transferred in this summer. What's he meant to your team?
Oh, man, Trey has been the defensive captain. Unfortunately, right now he's out with an injury to the shoulder. It's a huge loss, but he's on the sideline. He said he's in coaching mode, so he's going to be on the sideline coaching each other up, coaching the players up, and helping any way he can to continue his he earned the captain for a reason.
Coach, it's tough to lose a starter like that. He's your leading tackler, so I'm sure you got a competent fill-in person, next man up philosophy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Robert Tucker is taking over as that special player in the secondary. So he had a huge game last week against Fern Creek with an interception and some big tackles and some big hits. So Robert Tucker's doing a phenomenal job.
Oh, last question, Coach. Tell us a little bit about Rico Wright, your quarterback. He seems to have a strong arm, but an outstanding runner also.
Don't let him hear you think he says he's an outstanding runner. He gets away with his size. He moves well for his size. Yes, he has a huge arm, and he throws the ball a mile, and it's hard. It's hard for people to defend when you can outthrow a coverage. So, we got kids that can run underneath the ball. So, Rico's been a huge upside for this offense, and he's helped us a lot. So,
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight. Appreciate it.
all right, no problem. Thank you.
When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter. For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on. Foul.
What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock
You're
yourself
about to get served.
Seriously? Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice. With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Like God.
Welcome you back inside Floyd Central High School on this beautiful Friday night here in Southern Indiana. Alongside Coach Kaz, John Baldridge here with you on the pregame show. And Coach, look at the keys into this matchup presented by Northside Security, where service and protection meet. Northside Security. Look at this matchup. We talk about this Jeffersonville team. They threw for 293 yards passing last week, only ran for 32. So trying to get that run game going here tonight.
Well, and are we talking about Jeff's keys to the game, Coach?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John. My bad. They need to pressure quarterback Mull. And to me, that's going to be the key to the game. They need to put some pressure on Mull. He's an outstanding passer. He's not the greatest runner. So if they pressure him and pressure him into some bad throws, keep them from passing the ball long to Kaiser and Pennington. Use Rico Wright's arm and his leg to go deep against the Floyd Central secondary. He can throw the ball deep. He's very proficient at throwing long passes. You heard about the Bugatti group of receivers that Jeff has. They're fast, they're agile, they're athletic. They're going to test the Floyd Central secondary, get an early lead, and make Floyd Central play catch-up. I think that's very important. Get the early lead, get a 2-touchdown lead, stay ahead of the change, keep drives going, make Floyd Central play catch-up, and then contain the Floyd Central running game by controlling the line of scrimmage. Both teams have some very, very big, well-coached offensive linemen and defensive linemen. So I think the winner of this game is going to be the one who actually controls that line of scrimmage.
You mentioned that Bugatti group and talking about Rico White, the quarterback for this Jeffersonville team. You bring over Cam Holloway from St. X last year. Has came in this year's played very well, 225 on 13 catches for 2 touchdowns. How important is it for him to get involved tonight?
Well, very important. And again, he's one of those players that are going to stretch that Floyd Central secondary. They can run what's called 4 seams. They can run 2 receivers up the sideline and 2 receivers down the hash mark. And it's difficult for any good team to defend 4 seams, four down the middle of the field. So Cam Holloway is just one of those, but he is outstanding. That was a good transfer for Jeff High to get Cam to transfer from St. X. Excuse me.
For this Highlanders team, they come in 2-1, a team that scored 50 points last week, as we mentioned. They played very well in the second half, only gave up 7 points second half after giving up 22 in the first half last week. Coming off, they win against Seymour. What are their keys for picking up a victory here tonight at home?
Well, they need to stretch the field, just like we just said. They need to stretch the field, use Mull's arm and outstanding receivers, and they have 3 very good receivers, and they have a young sophomore, Zen Lawless that'll come in at some point during the game, and he's an outstanding receiver too. So they need to pressure the Jeff secondary. And the thing about the Jeff secondary, one of their main defensive player, Trey Martin, is out with an injury and won't play tonight. So that hurts Jeff secondary also. So use Mull's arm and use those good receivers, Pennington and Kaiser, to your advantage. Coach doesn't use his tight end that much, but if you got those 2 good receivers going up the sideline, you have that creates seams for the tight end. And I'd like to see Floyd Central use that tight end in those seams and get the ball over the linebackers' heads and in front of the safety. And I think that would be a key tonight. And then also really the key, I think, besides whoever controls the line of scrimmage, is Floyd Central's defensive ends, their outside linebackers, especially defensive ends and outside linebackers, they must set the edge. They must control the containment. Against Silver Creek 2 weeks ago when I saw him play, Silver Creek's quarterback was able to do a lot of scrambling and getting around the end. So the defensive ends and outside linebackers, they have to set that edge and keep that quarterback inside that pocket.
That's Coach's Keys of the Game tonight, presented by Northside Security, where service and protection meet. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Floyd Central High School. Production rights owned by Glide Media. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. We got a lot to come on the pregame show. Another fun one tonight. We'll be back in a moment on GlideCat.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
Foul. What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
About to get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
Vaccines help fight infections. When your child gets vaccinated, their immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades their body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide your child with the best protection against serious diseases. The Clark County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, please visit clarkhealth.net. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
I'm with Coach James Bragg, the head football coach of Floyd Central Highlanders. Coach is in his 7th season, currently 39-27. Coach, again, congratulations on a big win last week. Big win the week before. I've seen you play once, so I know what to expect tonight. Coach, you're currently 2-1. Your defense has given up 35 points a game, 25 in the last 2 games. Is that a concern? And have you practiced to tighten that up a little bit?
No, not really for us. I mean, we're always trying to get better. And last week we gave up 22 points in the first half, and then we only gave up 7 in the second half. And the week before against Silver Creek, they scored really late on some of our reserve guys that we're trying to get people in. So the one number we worry about is of course the loss of St. Ash, 56. That was 100% on the first group of guys. But after that, we don't really look at that. We look at what's going on in the field. Are we tackling better in open field? Are we getting to our assignments? When we blitz, are we ripping through the right way? Not just getting walled off. So we don't really worry too much about points, because at the end of the day, the only points that matter is at the end who has more points on the scoreboard. So kind of more of a bend don't break mentality on our defense. And last week I think our defense did a great job. Our offense went out and scored early, and in the second half, and then we kind of just sat back and said, you know what, if you're going to beat us, you're going to have to go down the field. You have to go 80 yards to beat us, not just give it up in one play. And we did a really good job. So I think last week offensively you had 50 points. Yes, yeah. That's a pretty good point total. Coach, David Pennington and Isaac Kaiser are two really good receivers, 2 of the best maybe I've seen in the area. How much do they help your junior quarterback Jack Mull to have receivers like that on the field? Yeah, well, they're 2 different types of bodies. David's a lot faster than Kaiser is, but he's a little bit shorter, But Jack knows if he puts it in the area of either one of those guys within a 3-4 yard area, they're going to go up and get the ball. Kaiser's electric on the field. He knows that if we got a big play, you just put it in this area, he's going to go up, fight for the football. David came on strong. He was there last year. Nobody really remembers him because, you had Bernardi running the ball, and you had Kaiser, and you had Cam Harrod last year. Well, Harrod's actually getting healthier. He's got his cast off finally. I don't know if we'll see him very much tonight on the offensive side of the ball, but, we're getting some receivers back too. So David had an opportunity there to fill in for Harrod and get his numbers, and he's done extremely well this week. So hopefully, Harrod's got his cast off tonight. We worked with him in the week, but, coming off a broken thumb injury, it's just hard to get you back and get you in the groove. So he'll be in the lineup tonight, but we're still expecting big things out of David tonight moving forward. And, of course, Kaiser's going to get his numbers. He's going to get 6-7 catches a night. We're going to target him about 10 times and see what happens. And rightfully so. Your tight end, I think Jamie Polk. Matt Polk. Matt Polk, excuse me. He's an outstanding, one of your few players that plays both ways for you. Outstanding player. Do you see chances for him getting more catches, more touches? No, hopefully not, because he does go both ways. And right now, Matt's our heart and soul of our defense. He leads us in tackling. He's our Mike linebacker. He makes great adjustments on the field. As the game plan goes on. So you never want to take your general off the field on defense especially. So, he's kind of taken a step back in that tight end role a little bit. Hopefully Wade Jacoby and a kid named Sean McGee will get a couple more touches or a couple more plays at tight end than Matt. But, when the push comes to shove, we need a big play. Matt will be in there. He'll be there somewhere on the field. So it just kind of works out right now. He's made some really good plays in games, and I think he's got 2 touchdowns this year, which is kind of different for us from the tight end spot. Usually our tight ends are more runner. We're run blockers. We're just big bulldozers. And this year we've kind of opened up the passing game with them, and he's reaping the benefits right now. So hopefully, he keeps it up. But at the end of the day, he's not going to leave the football field on defense. He's got to stay on defense.
Last question, Coach. Floyd Central always excels in special teams. I don't think this year's any different. Talk about your special team players.
Yeah, we got a sophomore kid named Nolan Kennedy right now doing our kickoff and extra points. David Pennington kicks a little bit for us too, but David's got a little bit of an ankle right now. So like last week, Nolan did most of the kicking for us. And then you got Cam Harrett, the kid with the broken thumb, and he's still been back there punting with a cast on. So, they do a great job. They work really hard during the week to work on pin places and placement of the balls. But then also we have Mac McFarland back there, who is our return guy, and he's been electric too. So, it's crazy because everybody thinks you only have 1 or 2 guys. We have multiple guys to do multiple things that they're good at. Mac's our punt returner, but then we also have Sebastian Robinson, who's a tailback, and we have Noah Maddox, who is a corner for us, plays receiver, but he has 2 interceptions. He's kick returners, and they've had some extremely good kickoff returns this year. So, special teams is one of those things where I feel like kids sometimes don't want to play it, and it's one of the most important, most electrifying plays still in high school football, and our kids are excited about getting on the field for them. So, we'll expect good things. Last week we went for a punt. We did a fake punt. Unfortunately, we fell about a half inch short. We faked a field goal and, had a little LSU flip over our shoulder. So you just tune in and see what we do on special teams because we always have something up our sleeve. So we won't take any commercial breaks during special teams. Coach, thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight. Thank you. So that's how we tied it.
You cannot depend on Carl to make peace with his seatbelt. But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational, solid career path.
Rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
From Glycod, it's Southern Indiana High School Football. Presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Tonight's game is brought to you by Interstate Batteries, the car battery auto techs prefer. Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. Mac Construction. Experience, reputation, solutions. Priority Radiology in New Albany. You have a choice. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect. Jim Butner Auto Group in Clarksville. A family tradition of excellence. And by Cassie Head Start. German American Bank. Northside Security. And Call's Body Shop. Now to the field for all the action from Glycod on Southern Indiana High School Football. Presented by IBEW Local 369.
Floyd Central, the site tonight for high school football. Friday night lights here in Indiana. And back with you as we wrap up the pregame show and get set for kickoff tonight between Jeffersonville and the Floyd Central Highlanders. Coach Kaz, John Baldridge here with you. And, Coach, we look at the keys into this matchup. We talked about that. Who really stands out to you as some key players in this matchup tonight?
Jack Mull, the quarterback at Floyd Central, and Rico Wright, the quarterback at – because it all starts at quarterback. Rico Wright, the quarterback at Jeff. It all starts there. They're the triggermen. They're going to run the offenses, and those are the key players tonight. Now they have a lot of really good players that go with them, but those two guys right there are the keys. Now, real quick, if I could, Floyd Central, their marching band just left the field, and the Floyd Central has for history had an outstanding marching band. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to just kind of give it a little shout out here. The Floyd Central Highlander Invitational Band performance tomorrow, the 33rd annual, starts approximately 4 p.m. tomorrow. I think there'll be hundreds of bands out in this field performing tomorrow. So if you get a few minutes, come out and watch them play. The other thing I want to tell you about is if Floyd Central, I don't know how many touchdowns they're going to score tonight, but every time they score, they play their fight song, and their fight song is the Minnesota Rouser, if you're a Minnesota Golden Gopher fan, but it's also my high school fight song from Bayview High School, the Bayview Redcats, and I still remember my high school fight song words. So every time Floyd Central scores a touchdown, they play that fight song, John. I might start singing.
Coach, you were singing along to it a minute ago.
I was.
Well, this is going to be a fun match tonight. Two schools built back a while ago for Jeffersonville back in 1870, and this Floyd Central school built back in 1967, 57 years ago. It should be a fun matchup. We look at Floyd Central. They've won most of the matchups in this history between these two teams, 25-18 overall. The Highlanders have won the last 4, and it should be a fun one here tonight in Southern Indiana. We thank you very much for being with us, and tonight's starting lineups and key players are brought to you in part by Interstate Batteries. Get started with Interstate Batteries. They're outrageously dependable. We're ready to rock and roll. Two teams that really struggled last year. For Jeffersonville, 0-2. Meanwhile, for Floyd Central, they were really good. They were 8-2, but Jeffersonville trying to turn it around here, and they've done so far this season.
So far this season, they've done an outstanding job of turning it around, and it's not, I've been on the other end of that with coaching a team that hadn't won a game the season before, and it's a tough job to get the kids mentally right for all the things that they're facing. Coach Washington's done a great job of that so far, but they're ready to kick off. I'm excited about the game. I'm looking forward to it. This should be a really, really outstanding football game tonight.
Jeffersonville will kick it away. They're in their white jerseys, red helmets. Meanwhile, for this Highlanders team here at Floyd Central, they got green jerseys, green helmets, those yellow pants tonight. A good crowd here ready to get this thing kicked off. 12 on the clock, and the kick is kicked away from the 40-yard line. Back to receive and taken at the 5. Up the middle, pushing past the 25, got a seam past the 30 and out to the 32, and that's where we'll see the offense for the first time tonight.
And that was Sebastian Robertson on the return. Does a nice job, and he's also the running back. Matt Schoonover is the kicker for Jeffersonville. They had a nice kick all the way down to the 2-yard line.
So you mentioned Jack Mull, the quarterback in his junior season, 31 for 55 on the season for 443 yards, 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and good last week, 6 for 16, 214, 5 touchdowns against Seymour. Looking for a productive first play here from the 33. They'll send a couple men in motion. Big tight end set here over to the right side. And a draw pushing right side, trying to get past the line of scrimmage and not much room on first down.
Luke Church outside linebacker does a really nice job. Also, the defensive end does it. Ray Laird does a nice job of setting the edge, and Luke Church, 6 foot, 165-pound senior, does a nice job of filling the gap.
So what do you look for offensively here early from this Floyd Central team?
I would look for Floyd Central to try to control the line of scrimmage with the running game, but right now it looks like they're going to pass 4 wide.
From the pistol. They're going to fake the handoff, screen out right side.
Screen.
They got a man wide open that way past the 40, close to sticks, and will move the chains all the way to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a surprise because Jeff, even though Floyd Central went 4 wide, Jeff really only had one defender on the right side of their defense, covering those two receivers. Had Floyd Central decide to go deep.
Lawless on the reception, missed in the pregame show. The sophomore makes the catch and moves the sticks for a 1st and 10. So quickly back the line of scrimmage, and Mule takes the snap. He's going to hand it off, and they got blockers right side, breaking past tackles, past the 40, 35, 30, 15, 10.
He's going all the way.
Touchdown,
they're not going to catch Sebastian.
Highlanders.
No way. They're not going to catch Sebastian Robertson. He is an outstanding running back, and there you go. We talked about controlling the line of scrimmage and Jeff having to set the edge. Jeff's defensive end over-penetrated, came upfield, allowed the running back, Robinson, to break off tackle up the field, and he just outraced the Jeff secondary.
Robinson, the junior, his 3rd touchdown this year in a very quick first drive with 10:37 left here in the first, and already a 6-0 Floyd Central lead here at home.
Yeah, Floyd Central, short one blocker.
Very productive right there.
Yes, very. That's a great way to start the game on your third play.
Nolan Kennedy's kick is up and through, and with 10:37 left in the first, a quick start for the Highlanders at home. 7-0 on Glycap.
At German American Bank, our communities matter. You can support your community school with a German American School Spirit check card. With each purchase you make, we will donate 2 cents to your participating school of choice. Filling up your tank, buying groceries? Simply use your check card to show your support. Stop in your local German American Bank office, open a checking account, and request your free School Spirit check card. Visit GermanAmerican.com for a list of participating schools. German American Bank, member FDIC.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
We can go back. Let's go real quick. Go back to that last play Floyd Central ran. Floyd Central, you mentioned they went in motion. They brought 3 people over they started on one side, they brought them back to the other side. Jeff did not respond. Jeff's defense did not adjust to what Floyd Central's offense did. As a result, Floyd Central had Jeffersonville's front people all outflanked, and it just was kick out one block, and it was gone. Floyd Central does a good job managing that, making the defense adjust. Jeff's defense didn't adjust.
So a 56-yard touchdown run by Robinson. If you're Jeffersonville, what do you do defensively to slow him down?
Well, you adjust to the offensive formations. You make the proper adjustments.
So Jefferson will get the football, trailing 7-0 now. 10:37 left in the first, and very impressive first drive. And if you're James Bragg's coming after a 3-game winning streak, you got to really like what you've seen there on the first drive.
Yes, and now we'll see how good their defense is going to play. Kennedy's an outstanding kicker. He'll probably put this ball in the end zone.
It's a Floyd Central defense giving up about 35 points per game, but only gave up 7 last week. A squib kick taken by Jefferson. Bobbles it at the 40. Ball on the ground, I think.
Jeff got it.
Red Devils got it back. Around the 38. It deflected up in the air, but luckily Jeffersonville back on top of it.
Yeah, Kennedy did a nice onside kick. It's very difficult for soccer-style kickers to do what Kennedy did, to get that ball to bounce up in the air the way he did. And Jeff was not prepared for that. But it's a good play on Floyd Central's part. One thing, you don't want those 2 deep men for Jeff to have their hands on the ball.
So we mentioned the Red Devils last week with a 30-27 win over Fern Creek. Threw for 293 across the air, but only ran for 32. And their quarterback, Enrico Wright, 6'6", 205 senior, will take the snap on 1st and 10. A lot of receivers lined 2 each way here on first down. And a team that only ran for 32 last week. We'll see if they go to the air on first down. They'll take the snap, and they will do so. Time is there, but the ball deflected away. A good job by that defensive front for the Highlanders.
Yeah. And big, tall quarterback, Rigo Wright, 6'5" and 211. 6'5", his 6'5" quarterback should not get the ball knocked down by a defensive lineman. You got to get that ball up in the air. Your arms got to be up in the air.
So
we're going to watch, see what Rico, how he reacts to that now.
Right, a 57 completion rate coming in, 25 for 30 on the year, and a touchdown and 2 interceptions. takes his team to the line here on second down from the 38-yard line. After that squib kick to start by the Highlanders. Shotgun again. They're going to send a man in motion to the backfield here in Cam Holloway. They're going to keep it on the ground, up the middle on a late draw, pushing close to 40, not much, maybe about 2 or 3, and it's third down and long.
Yeah, the whole interior, Will Howard and Javier Akut do a nice job of controlling that line of scrimmage. Remember what we said, keys of the game, controlling the line of scrimmage, John. Control the line of scrimmage.
Dazier Hughes, the running back there, the senior.
So let's see if...
And 3rd and 7.
We'll get a quick screen from Jeff because wide receivers look fairly well open.
Got to the 41, and we'll see if we see some pressure here on third down.
Yeah.
Going to send 3 receivers lined up to the right from the shotgun once again for the third straight play. Taking the snap, looking here, is right, and he's stuffed in the backfield. Pressure comes and thrown for a loss.
That was outstanding pressure. Wade Jacoby, who is also their tight end, coming in from his defensive end spot, just overpowered the Jeff blockers. So right now, Floyd Central is establishing the fact that they are going to be the ones who are going to control that line of scrimmage.
Well, you talk about the hot weather and trying to come out and have a hot start here tonight, and that's exactly what the Highlanders done offensively, and now here are 3 and out defensively, and Jeffersonville about to kick it away back inside their 15. A low boot past the 50 will knock down around the 45 and kick all the way close to 35 and roll to the 35, and that's where it will stop. And that's where the Highlanders get it back. We'll take a timeout. 8:04 left here in the first. Floyd Central on top on Glide Cat.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's 2 sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation.
First down upcoming here, and they're going to hand all around the corner out to around the 40, and a good turn around the corner on first down.
Well, that's a quick screen pass out to the wide receiver, and it's actually just like a running sweep play. It's an easy pass, it's an easy catch, and you got a blocker out there. So it's just like a running play. They gained 4 yards on first down, and that's good. You're ahead of the change. 2nd and 6 is a manageable yardage.
4 yards.
So now it kind of opens up the whole playbook now for Coach Bragg.
7:45 left here in the first. Second drive for the Highlanders. They're going to hand it off again, and Robinson pushing up the middle and doesn't have much. Good job by that defensive front for the Red Devils, and it's third down.
Yeah, and number 3, linebacker for Jeff, number 3, Rico Wright, the quarterback, came blitzing in from his linebacker spot.
Robinson last week, 23 carries for 52 and a touchdown, and that 50-point affair for Floyd Central, coming off winning their last 2 games with that win over Seymour last week and need 5 yards here on third down.
And I'll correct myself. That was KT Thompson for Jeff at his linebacker spot blitzing.
So 3rd and 5 after 2 quick plays as we run our 7 minutes in this.
There he is,
first
right
quarter.
there. Boom.
Throw over the middle. Good pass
First
by
down.
Bull. Close to the sticks. Got to the 40. Needed the 41. I think he's there for the first down.
It is. You know, one of the things Todd and I have discussed for the last couple of years, you never see the referees bring the chains out to measure for a first down anymore. It's either it's good or it's not good.
Well, I think he had plenty of enough.
Oh, he did. But you just don't see that anymore. You don't even see much in college.
1st and 10 to the 46-yard line. Second drive for the Highlanders, moving it left to right. They're going to keep it on the ground and up in the backfield. Breaking off a tackle as Robinson was almost thrown for a loss, but got up to the 47-yard line for a 1-yard gain.
That was Glory Shaminga, number 97, from his nose tackle spot. Glory is 6'2" and 255. And that was a pretty glorious play, actually.
It's a lot of size on the defensive front for the Red Devils, trying to get some pressure on the quarterback early.
Yep. Well, they That time, Glory got in the backfield and he tackled the quarterback and the ball carrier all at the same time.
6:18 to go in the first. One out to the left, two lined in close to the right. They're going to go with Robinson again, trying to push left side. Troubles off a couple tackles inside Red Devils territory to the 49, and it's 3rd and short. Try to break off a couple. Good job by that defensive front again.
Yeah, that was Jacoby Jones. As it was running back that time. Now Robinson's back in the game. You can tell the long blonde hair hanging out of the helmet. That's Sebastian Robertson.
Not a look I would have.
Yeah, well, not so much.
3rd and 4 from the 48 here of the Red Devils, needing to get to about the 44-yard line. 2 each way and a snap, and it looks like it's a defensive penalty. A jump here on the Red Devils will give them the first down.
Smart play on Floyd Central's part. Easiest way to get a first down is just like that.
And Jack Moole, the quarterback, getting the penalty on Jeffersonville, and you can't have those mental mistakes down here early.
Yeah. Carter Bush checks into the game. Let's see if Carter goes into the tight end position.
We talked about Cam Holloway on the pregame show. Haven't called his number tonight yet. Haven't had to pass a whole lot here through the first 2 drives. 5:20 to go here to the 44-yard line. They're going to keep it on the ground, pushing up the middle, close the 40, get down to maybe the 39, mark it at the 40, so a 4-yard pickup on the first play.
Yeah, good push by the Floyd Central offensive line. 78 does a great job. That's Blanton Varver, 6'2", 230, a junior. Really, if we used to call those blocks pancake blocks. If you can block your man and put him on his back, that's a pancake block. So Blanton Varver, had a pancake block. Good for him.
Carter Bush, the tight end, will run off here, and the line 2 out to the right. Tight end to the left. They're going to fake the hand off and throw. Moole scrambling right side, looking's got a man towards the sideline. Complete that way to Cameron Harrett and close the sticks.
And that's Cameron Harrett is the young man that Coach Bragg said we'll see more of tonight. He's coming off of a thumb injury. He had a broken thumb. You can see he's still got a little thumb cast on, but we're going to see him more. He's back in the game right now.
We haven't called a number tonight of Matthew Polk. Their coach, James Bragg's really mentioned a very good defensive player, also a tight end on this offensive side of the ball for the Highlanders.
Yeah, well, we won't see him. Wade Jacoby's in at tight end right now. We'll probably see Matt, and so is.
First down and 10 here. 2 lined up each way, and they're going to try to run a rumble around the left side and push back for a loss, trying to run left side on a play fake, and there was nothing there.
And we're going to get a holding on Floyd Central also.
So we'll check the penalty here on the first down play.
Now, it's going to be difficult for Floyd Central to get wide outside on running plays because Jeff is very, very athletic in their secondary and their linebackers. And their secondary and linebacker were the players that made that play that caused the Floyd Central play to have to hold. They're going to make most of their gains up the middle, off tackle, and passing.
So push back to the 41, 1st and 20 now.
Wide runs are probably going to be at a minimum for Floyd tonight because of the athleticism of the Jeff linebackers and secondary.
We saw that big run by Sebastian Robinson on the first drive, 56 yards the house. 2nd and 20. Moole from the shotgun. He'll take the snap, scrambling right side, going to cock the arms, got a man complete towards the sideline, trying to get to the 30 and short of the first down marker, but back to the original line of scrimmage. Caught there, I believe it was
Isaac Kaiser. That's their main man. That's the coach said he'd be targeted 10 times and probably catch 7 or 8 catches tonight. So that's number 1. Watch Isaac Kaiser. He's one of the best receivers in Southern Indiana, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was an all-Glycod team last year.
All-Glycod team last year.
As a junior.
In his senior year now, the 6'4", 200-pound wide receiver coming in 13 catches for 4 touchdowns on the year.
So we're back 2nd.
Got back to the original line of scrimmage with 3:34 left here in the first and a timeout used by Floyd Central. We'll stay here, but what have you seen through these first 2 drives by the Highlanders?
Well, they're controlling the line of scrimmage, and if they can continue doing that, short passing game, control the line of scrimmage, running Sebastian Robertson up off tackle in the guard spot, off tackle. Forget the wide running game, and I'm just not thinking that's going to be a good play for Floyd.
Spent a lot of time on the field, too, for the Red Devils after that 3-and-out. They gave away a quick touchdown. What do they need to just slow down and get the ball back their offense?
Well, stop Floyd Central. Yeah. And they've done some good things. Bring your linebackers, do a little blitzing. Glory Machingo really does a nice job there at Shaminga, Glory Shaminga does a nice job. Use that. Use those big, strong kids.
It's a Jeffersonville team giving up about 19 points per game. And already the Highlanders down to the 31-yard line here, 2nd and 10 in Jeffersonville territory on their second drive with a 7-0 lead. Roll back to the line of scrimmage, barking out instructions. They'll send a man in motion over towards the left. That's going to be Kaiser, their main man. 3 receivers to the right. Now they're going to send 2 in motion.
Bring in linebackers.
From the shotgun. 2nd down. Scrambling right
outside.
As Bull.
There he goes.
Looking, scrambling, throwing. He's got his man incomplete.
He had him wide open.
Towards the sticks. In and out of the hands there of the intended target.
That's David Pennington, and he's pretty sure-handed. But if we could show that again on the replay, we don't have that one. But anyways, I talked about this in a previous show. The receiver catching that ball, he caught it. He went for the catch like this, and what he's going to do, he's going to end up knocking the ball down. You've got to create like a backboard with your hands like this.
Well, Pennington listed on the roster, not just as a wide receiver, but also defensive back and on the special teams unit as a kicker. And it's 3rd and 10.
Swiss Army knife for Floyd Century, does it all.
2 each way, shotgun snap. Mull looking. Cocks the arm deep, looking right side's got a man, back corner, did he hang on? It looks like it's caught, touchdown.
What long pass up the seam, fantastic.
Garver Kelly with the touchdown reception, and it's a 13-0 Highlanders lead.
Yep.
What a throw by Jack Mull.
Under some pressure, too. He did a nice job hanging in the pocket.
31 yards the house on 3rd down and 10, and able to deliver the goods.
Right up the weak part of that cover 2 for Jeff is that up the sideline. If safety can't get off the hash mark and the corner can't cover it.
And Kennedy's kick is good, 11 for 11 on the season. We'll take a timeout. It's a 14-0 Highlanders lead here in the first on Glidecap.
Core values that set us apart. Mac Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glidecap.
Jim Kazmarek, John Baldridge here with you on this Friday night from Southern Indiana, and a very good first 2 drives put together by Floyd Central.
You know, there's 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this quarter. This could be the game for Jeff. If they can get a drive going, move the ball, at least keep the Floyd Central offense on the sideline. Their defense needs to rest. Get them on the sideline. Let the coach them up a little bit. This is a very, very important drive for Floyd Central. And it's going to be interesting to see what Coach Bragg can cook up on this. I really would like to see Rico Wright get some protection and throw the ball a little bit. And maybe they need, I don't know if having him run, having him get out of the pocket a little bit is in their game plan. But they might have to do that if their offensive line is not going to be able to protect them.
You go back to it, a team only ran for about 32 yards on the ground last week, and trying to get something going under first-year head coach Joe Washington. They'll get the football back as the Highlanders about to kick it away left or right from their 40-yard line.
Olin Kennedy. Oh, another
squib again, taken back around the 30-yard line by the Red Devils. They'll try to move it right side. Past the 30, spinning off a couple tackles towards the 31 and ran a lot, not to get much, to the 32-yard line, and that's where they'll start.
I think that was a -2-yard run.
So we'll see.
He would have been better served just to fall down on the ball.
So we'll see Rico White, the senior quarterback, once again, and Wright trying to get this offense going.
Yeah, and this is, like I told you, at this point of the game with 3 minutes left is really important. It could be actually the game if Jeff can get a drive, and if they don't score, just get a nice drive to give their defense a chance to rest and a chance to get coached up a little bit.
Looking for a promising first down play from the 32. Right from the shotgun. Running back next to his hip. They're going to keep it on the ground. Up the middle on first down. Past the 35. Close to the 39-yard line. A good pickup on first down.
Yeah, Landon Horvath comes in from his linebacker spot. Floyd Central plays that 4-3 defense, kind of a professional defense, and Landon does a nice job at an outside linebacker position to make that tackle.
They'll mark it at the 38, so a 6-yard pickup on first down, and it's 2nd and short, 2nd and 4. Back to the line of scrimmage. Is Wright going to take his time out of the huddle?
Well, this is a good second and 4 is an outstanding offensive down. You can do a lot of things.
Going to hand it off again on the draw, pushing forward, has the first down, past the 42, close to the 44, and that will move the chains.
And right there, you see the Jeffersonville offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage, and they were pushing the Floyd Central defenders back. So this is a good thing what Jeff is doing now. A controlled running game drive.
Well, their coach and Joe Washington talked about the Bugatti group and their wide receivers outside, but trying to establish that run game here early in this late first quarter. 1st and 10 from the 44. They're going to throw a screen this side out to the left, past the 50, towards the 49, and a good first down pickup once again. Out of the hands there quickly and caught by
Ray Laird. No, that wasn't Ray
Braylon
Laird.
Gray on the reception. Yeah. Gray, the sophomore.
Braden Gray.
And we see a lot of different targets for Rico Wright, and that really has to help him have plenty of guys on the outside.
Well, you can't double cover anybody. You got 4 receivers. You got to play honest on all of them. So if Floyd can't get pressure on Rico, then he's going to have time to pick out one of those 4 receivers.
It was a Red Devils team that put 30 across the board at Fern Creek last week. 2nd and 4 from the 49. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. They're going to throw a screen right side, out of the hands quickly a right. Got a man that way, past the sticks, and has the first down to the 45. Quickly out of the hands once again of Rico Wright, and that moves the chains.
Yeah, and Braden Gray again now is main receiver. Now Floyd, you'll see that Floyd's in kind of a cover 2 look with 2 deep defenders, 2 shallow corners. But they're leaving that slot back open. That little screen pass is going to be open all day unless Floyd brings an outside linebacker or a safety up to cover him. Let's see if they do it.
So 4 plays started at the 32 down to the 45 now here.
Nope, same look.
They're going to send a man in motion. That's Robert Tucker outright.
And you'll see how this left slot back is wide open.
Screen, yep. They got 2 receivers lined up to the left. Out of the hands quickly. Again, a right trying to spin off tackles towards the sideline past the 40 down to the 36, and a good pickup on first down again. That's going to move the chains once again.
That was Cam Holloway. But if Floyd Central is not going to adjust their defense, Jeff is going to keep doing that and picking up 7, 8, 10 yards on a play because that receiver is wide open, and he's got an open field once he catches the ball. No matter how quickly Floyd Central reacts to that and rallies to the ball, he's got at least 5 or 6 yards before anybody's going to touch him.
10 yards there on first down, and it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Holloway, the transfer from St. X, in his senior year, has 2 touchdowns on the year, had his first reception there. And a penalty here on Floyd Central.
Offside. Yep.
Defensive jump. That's going to make it 1st and 5.
Which is, again, coach's delight.
And that will probably be the final play of the first quarter.
You can use your whole playbook.
Clock running under 5, and we'll head to the second. We'll flip sides. It's a 14-0 Highlanders lead, but Jeffersonville moving it here on GlideCap.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers Pulse Point. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
Looking for family fun in Southern Indiana? Then look no further than Strike and Spare, your go-to spot for a great time at prices that won't break your budget. With regular and kid-friendly bumper bowling lanes, everyone can join in on the action. And don't miss out on Cosmic Bowling, the cool way to bowl with that nighttime feel. Strike up the fun at Strike and Spare in Clarksville at 511 Little League Boulevard. And visit strikeandspare.com/Clarksville for more information on hosting birthdays and corporate parties.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Like God.
So this is exactly what we said Jeffersonville needed to do, to have a nice sustained drive and move the ball down the field.
Like God football here on this Friday night, 14-0 as we go to the second. Jim Kazmarek, John Baldridge here in the broadcast booth at Floyd Central. They're going to hand on 1st and 5 and about 4 yards on the first down run.
Yep. Good tackle. Yeah, that was a nice block, but a very nice tackle. Will Brown comes off his defensive tackle spot, disengages from his block.
And we're seeing that tempo here on this drive, trying to move it a little faster.
Right. Jeff is doing a good job of that.
Back to the line of scrimmage here, 2nd and 1. From the shotgun once again, as Moole going to line them up. 2 each way, going to fake the handoff. Scrambles left side, looking, spins off a tackle, now scrambling back right, trying to run with it, looking deep, still can throw, back corner of the end zone, throws, got his man, touchdown Red Devils. What a play right there.
What a play by Rico Wright.
And a touchdown Jeffersonville.
I think that was Cam Holloway.
What?
Yes, it was Cam Holloway. But Rico Wright was stopped dead in the backfield, sacked, and spun away, found the open receiver. I was yelling at them to run because I think he could have run it in for a touchdown.
So on the board with 11-13, and what a play put together by the quarterback Enrico Wright, and it's 14-6.
See, we talked about triggermen, the most important factors in the game, those two quarterbacks.
The kick is up and through, and it's a one-score game here, a minute into the second.
That's Max Schoonover, the kicker for Jeff, 6 foot, 160-pound junior. I remember Max last year kicking.
So what a drive and what an answer right there, putting some points across the board and fighting back into this thing.
Well, they really needed that answer. They really did. And we said you've got to have a nice sustained drive, even if you don't score, but they did score. Even if you don't score, you keep your defense on the bench so coach can coach them up a little bit, and the Floyd Central offense on the bench, they can't score.
Yeah.
So now let's see how Floyd Central answers this.
You make a good point, having time for your defense to take some time and sit on the bench and get ready to roll, and we'll see what happens here as the Red Devil defense gets back on the field. But Rico Wright, an impressive play on 2nd and 1, scramble left, moved back to the right, and found his intended target in Holloway to make this a one-score game. And they're going to kick it away from the 40-yard line. And for Floyd Central, a team that has done very well offensively this year, averaging about 32 per game, but right there showing a weakness as a team that has allowed 35. Of course, a lot come back week 1 against St. X where they gave over 50 points.
Yeah. Well, some discussion over on the Jeff sideline with the referee, the line judge actually, and the head coach and several of his assistants. So I wonder what the discussion was about.
So they'll kick it away here, and good crowd tonight. A hot, sticky night.
It is.
Here in Southern Indiana at Floyd Central High School for this 7 o'clock kickoff between two teams here in the state of Indiana, and two teams trying to look for wins. It's a Jeffersonville team that has won their last 3 after starting 0-1, went 0-10 last year, but 3-1 on the season. Floyd Central were 8-2 last season. They come in with a record of 2-1, had a postponement earlier this year.
They did. They went all the way to Terre Haute and had a rainstorm and lightning storm.
And they're going to kick it away, and this will roll out of the end zone, and that's the start from the 20-yard line.
Yep. High school rule touchback. Ball goes in the end zone. It's automatically dead.
So we'll see the quarterback here in Jack Mule once again, the junior. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. What are you seeing from them offensively?
Well, it's just what we talked about there. They controlled the line of scrimmage, gashing them inside, and Jack was able to hit some receivers, especially Kaiser and Pennington. So let's see now what Coach Bragg has got cooked up, because this is important for Floyd Central now to have a drive, and for Jeff to come up with a nice stop.
From the 20-yard line, they're going to send 3 in motion from the right to the left. Big tight end set. They're going to go draw, hand over towards the left side, trying to
nice
break off a tackle and stuff for only about a 2-yard pickup. Trying to break around that corner, and a good job by the defensive backs there.
Really, that cornerback for Jeff came up. That was number 9.
19, Jalen Clack on the tackle.
Is that who it was, 19?
Clack making the tackle there, the senior. It's a senior-driven team for this Red Devils ball club.
So, those seniors have a lot to prove, because they have gone through some 3 years of pretty bad football, really.
2nd and 8.
Oh,
taking the snap.
Maybe.
Here is Mull. Steps up, looking deep, right side, looking for a man that way. 1-on-1, and it's batted down.
Oh, great coverage. Super coverage.
Nice play towards around the 45. Looking for his man was Mull, and it's 3rd and 8.
Is that Bryce Grant? Couldn't see his number.
So 3rd down and a chance here to get up the field on 3 plays, and we're seeing that Red Devil defense come to life. And a chance for a 3 and out after scoring a touchdown. And confidence built back in for the Red Devils after the quick start here in the first quarter.
John, did you catch the number of that left cornerback for Jeff? I can't catch his number, and he's not on my starting defense.
3rd down. Looking deep right side towards the man, Clack, the defender that way, looking for the intended target in the man and Isaac Kaiser, and it's incomplete, and a 3 and out. So a good job by the Red Devils, and really
very good job. Very good
stop.
Yeah, neither one of those passes, the receivers were covered, blanketed. He had no open receiver. The previous play, the corner for Jeff did a great job, and on that play, he had no open receiver. I mean, all of them were covered.
So they'll kick it away inside their 10. Boot taking Brown the 50, and it will deflect past the 50 to the 45 and roll out of bounds, and that's where we'll see the offense once again for Jeffersonville. We'll take a timeout. 9:23 left in the second, 14-7 here on Glide Cap.
Floyd.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting, because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Nine minutes to go here in the second. 14-7. As taking the ball back are the Red Devils, and they're going to push on 1st down on the ground close to 50 for about a 4-yard pickup.
Well, and Floyd Central's offense did not respond to the challenge of moving the ball and keeping Jeff's offense on the sideline. So Jeff gets good field position. They're inside the 50 in 2nd and 5. That, again, a lot of things you can run in the playbook. Now, Floyd Central's adjusted their defense a little bit. Now they're bringing an outside linebacker to cover this second wide receiver, the wide slot.
Rico Wright from the shotgun. 2 lined up to the right. They'll go 2 out far to the left with the running back next to the hip. Takes the snap. Pressure comes. Going to throw. Lowing over the middle. He's got his man past the 35, past the 30, running towards the side. Trying to break off tackles inside the 20, down to the 19. And what a play right there by the quarterback and Wright. Finding his target. for a first down.
Yeah, Ray Laird, I believe it was number 7, Ray Laird. Yes, it was. Now, that's a good example. I'm going to just harp for a minute. That is a good example of why you should have your shirt tucked in. Because had he had his shirt tucked in, that tackler could not have reached and grabbed that shirt, and he would have scored a touchdown. Tuck your shirt in your pants.
Timeout used by Floyd Central inside the red zone after a quick play there to the 19-yard line. And you mentioned a very good response here by Jeffersonville. Coming on the road tonight, start a little slow, but sometimes it takes a moment to get everything going.
Well, and they look like they got kind of stunned right at the start with the way Floyd Central came after them. But they've responded well. I mean, Coach Bragg now has made, Coach Washington has made some good adjustments. So, I mean, they've really responded well to the challenge. They're in great scoring position, and they've got things working for them in that wide slot offense that they've been running.
If you're the Highlanders, you stick with what you're going with on defense or try to put some more pressure on Wright?
Put some pressure on him, but you have to be careful because you see what happened the last time they put pressure on him. He's very evasive and elusive, and he can get out of the pocket. And once he's running the open field, he's very dangerous.
So already the second timeout used by Floyd Central, down to 1 here in this first half.
So if they're going to put pressure on him, it's very important. The pressure has to come from the inside, and those outside defensive ends have got to contain.
First down from the 19-yard line. Wright takes a snap, screen out, left side, again. Looking for his man. He's got his man inside the 15, down close to 10. That was Braylon Gray. I think he got to the 12 and just short of the sticks.
Yeah, Braylon Gray did a No, I'll take that back. That was Ray Laird again, number 7. He did a great job. He just ran right over the top of the Floyd Central defender. Floyd Central has still not really adjusted to that wide slot that Jeff's throwing at him.
8-yard pickup, 2nd and 2, under 7:35 left here in this first half. 14-7 if you're just joining us. It was Highlanders to start. They scored the first 14 on 2 drives. Jeffersonville now answering back on their last 2 drives and trying to tie this ball game up. From the shotgun, they're going to hand again up the middle on the draw. Has the first down inside the 10, down to the 6. That will move the sticks. Yep. 1st and goal.
Nice. Boy, he did a good job of running, finding his hole. There wasn't a hole there. The hole was clogged up. Watch him. He'll put his foot in the ground and make a nice cut. And Jeff's kind of going on tempo now. They're moving very quickly.
Jaden Kelly, the ball carrier. They're going to give it again to Kelly. He'll break it left side, into the end zone. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Nice.
2 quick drives, and they are a point away from tying it up.
And they have stunned Floyd Central right now.
7:01 to go here in the second, and a 6-yard carry for Jaden Kelly, and the freshman makes it a 14-13 ball game.
Now, this is a great example of what Coach Washington has instilled in the Red Devil team. They were down 14-0, and probably in the past, they might have just dropped their heads and folded and let's get on the bus and go home. This is a different Jeff team. This is a different Jeff coaching staff.
Kick is up and through, and we're tied at 14, all deadlocked here with 7:01 to go in the first half. We'll take a timeout and a tie ball game on Glycat.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Back here on Glycod, 2 quick drives put together by Jeffersonville and have tied this score at Floyd Central with 7:01 left in the second quarter, 14 all alongside Coach Cass, John Baldridge. And Coach, they responded right back.
They certainly did. And again, I reiterate, in the past, that might not have happened. It's a whole new Jeff team with a whole new character and pride. And these kids want to win, and they're playing hard. Floyd Central has to respond now. This is very important. This one of those important drives that we talked about earlier Jeff had. This is an important drive for Floyd Central. Floyd Central needs time for their defensive coaches to be on the sideline coaching those kids up.
Well, you mentioned Joe Washington, their first-year head coach, but you really got to like what you've seen through the first quarter and a half here from Rico Wright, the senior quarterback.
Oh, he's outstanding, isn't he? Yeah, he's a good trigger man. Run and pass. He scrambles. He's a presence in the pocket.
So they'll kick it away from the 40, left to right, back to receive, right to left are the Highlanders. They're going to take it at the 1-yard line. Up the middle, towards the 15, 20, 25, and up to around the 26-yard line, and that's where we'll see the offense.
Yeah, Gabe Berg, defensive back, 5'11", 155-pound ninth grader, makes the tackle on the kickoff.
So Jack Moole will come back out. The junior quarterback has looked well tonight, has ran the offense well, and trying to get something going and give the lead back here to the Highlanders. Big crowd, homecoming night here tonight.
It is homecoming, and they've later on we'll announce the homecoming queen. They already did it before the game, which is a little bit different. Most people do it at halftime.
Well, I think you've got a good homecoming story you'd like to tell a little bit.
Oh, yeah, I do.
We got a whistle down before the first down play, and we'll check the marker here with the head official. Lights on, a beautiful night. You couldn't ask for better weather. A little hot.
Yeah, 10 degrees cooler would have been really nice. I'm ready for fall. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for fall.
It's still kind of baseball weather right now.
Yeah, very much so.
So
we're halfway through football season.
Two teams looking for a win. Two teams who come with winning streaks. For Jeffersonville winning their last 3. The Highlanders have won their last 2. First down. Moole going to hand off up the middle, pushing forward, and doesn't get much. A good job by the defensive front for the Red Devils, maybe 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah, and watching that play right there, watching Jeff's defense react to that, now might be a really nice time if Floyd Central has a counter play to run a counter play back to this side here to our left, or their left, the Jeffersonville right. The defensive end for Jeff dove right inside going for the play instead of containing. So let's see if Floyd has a counter play that they can bring back this side.
They'll give him 3 on first down, so 2nd and 7 here around the 28-yard line. They're going to go Robinson on the draw, and he's stuffed.
Yeah.
They're going to push him forward. He might get 2 or 3. Looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but a good job by that offensive line to give him a couple of yards, but it's 3rd down and long.
Well, and Floyd's going to have to come up with an answer because Jeff has got a 4-man front, 4-man defensive front, but when they start bringing those linebackers, they got 6, 7 in the box. And it's tough for those 5 offensive linemen for Floyd to block those 7 Jeff defenders. And Jeff has been blitzing and very effectively.
5:30 to go here in the first half.
Here they come again.
Tied at 14. 2 out to the left. And we got a whistle down before the 3rd down snap. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense.
Yeah, it is.
That will push them back to now 3rd and long here at 3rd and 10. You can't have sloppy mistakes after giving away 14 and trying to put together a drive.
Well, you said that just exactly right. You can't have those kind of sloppy mistakes when you need a drive. So it's 3rd and 10, and now would be a good time for a screen pass or a draw play because everybody's expecting Floyd to throw a pass. See what Jeff does. Jeff's bringing a linebacker. Here he comes. He's sneaking up.
Empty backfield. Shotgun snap. Moole over the middle's got his man for the first down. Close the 40. Needed 10. Got about 14.
Yeah, that's that sophomore Zeno Lawless. We saw him in the Silver Creek game, and he's gaining more and more experience. He's a good receiver. Now, that was open because Jeff blitzed. They picked up the blitz, and that vacated that zone where those linebackers should have been covering. So if you're going to blitz, you better get to the quarterback.
Lawless's 2nd reception tonight and moves the chains on 3rd and long. 1st and 10 here up to the 40-yard line. Moving it right to left. They're going to give it to Robinson on the draw, trying to push forward left side. It's got about 6 on first down.
Oh, we got a flag.
And we'll check the yellow marker here. Looks like it came in from the backside. So
Killian Underwood made the tackle from his right linebacker spot.
So we'll check and meet the officials here.
And I think his position, in Jeff's terminology, his position is called a rover.
This is going to go on the Red Devils. So a penalty thrown in from the backside. And after a 7-yard run, that will push him inside Jeffersonville territory.
So this is the drive that Floyd Central needed. That penalty is what Jeffersonville didn't need. You know, they were going to be in a 2nd and long situation, and now it's 1st and 10 inside the 40-yard line.
So I believe it was an unsportsmanlike personal foul, late hit there on the Red Devils. And 4:30 to go here in the first half, and inside Jeffersonville territory down to the 39-yard line. Mull takes the snap from the shotgun, looking right side, 2 defenders that way. Pass is caught. Two defenders, touchdown Highlanders.
What a pass. Talk about pinpoint accuracy. That was a big-time pass play. He threw that ball before the receiver was open. He threw it exactly where the receiver was going to be. That was a big-time play.
I
hope we have that one over.
44 yards and a beautiful second look at it there, and Kaiser makes it a 20-14 game.
Because Jeff actually had that covered. They actually, the corner and the safety had him bracketed, and that ball went right in between them. That was a perfect pass.
Pinpoint pass. The extra point is up and right through. We'll take a timeout. It's a 20-14 game. 4:23 to go in the first half. Highlanders on top on Glycat.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Jim Kazmarek, John Baldridge here with you. A 21-14 Highlanders lead. What a pass right there by Jack Mull, 44 to the house.
John, we are going to have a real shootout here tonight, I think, because Floyd Central responded. I mean, they got a break on that penalty, but they took advantage of it. What a beautiful pass. Like I say, that was a big-time pass play. Jack Mull had a perfect pass. Isaac Kaiser just ran right into the ball.
Well, I know we're going to talk about secondaries at halftime, but it's breaking down some secondaries right now from this passing unit.
It is breaking it down, I'm going to tell you. And one of the hardest things to play is secondary. The cornerbacks and safeties, that's the hardest position to coach, and it's the hardest position to play. And here's one of the most important thing that those 4 kids back there have to have, a short memory. They cannot dwell on what happened the play before. They can't dwell on.
Squib kick once again by Floyd Central, and Jeffersonville falls on top around their 37-yard line, so that's where we'll see the Red Devil offense.
Yeah, well, Floyd's kicking game is not going to allow those good Jeff running backs that are deep to break away. So I'd rather give him the ball on the 37 than in the end zone on a 90-yard touchdown run. So
Rico Wright will send his team back out here from his own 37, 4:23 left in the first half. It's a 21-14 Highlanders lead. Floyd Central took a 14-0 lead. Jeffersonville answered back with 14 of their own, and a beautiful pass by Jack Mull to make this a 21-14 game, and right back out with his team moving it left to right.
Yep, see what happens here with the shootout.
They'll send a man in motion here in Holloway. They're going to hand it to him, bobbled, and almost lost it. Able to fall back on top was right, but a loss there on first down.
Yeah, Holloway, when you're running that, you have to have your inside arm up. If your inside arm is up, you're creating a pocket. He had his arms exactly opposite. So when he ran, the quarterback put the ball in his arm right here, and his arm kicked the ball out. He was supposed to have this arm up and slide the ball in there.
Back to the 31, a loss of 6. Under 4 we go here in this first half, and whistles down once again.
See, I'm using if you should be up here, because you should see I'm using John I'm beating him up a little bit here.
We should get a camera up here showing me techniques, and different forms of holding onto the football. 3:47 to go, and I believe we have a timeout here used by Jeffersonville. Officials meeting right now. We'll see what the clarification is.
And
they're going to wave off a penalty. I believe it, or they're going to move it forward.
We're going to wave off the play.
And now the head coach there coming out for the Highlanders in his 7th season in James Bragg and wanting a clarification.
Reset the play clock, and I don't know what happened there.
They move the football forward all the way to the 42-yard line.
Well, it's 2nd and 10, but I thought he'd lost some yardage.
So either way, 2nd and 10 here. They're going to take a snap and a whistle down again.
That's on Jeff.
False start on the offense, and the yellow flags all over the football field.
Yeah, you got to get lined up. One of the most important things is to get lined up in the proper spot. And Robert Tucker, who is subbing for
checking in for Trey Martin.
He's checking in for Trey Martin, but Robert Tucker's now is also playing offense, and he's used to playing offense. He's a starter on offense, and he's a senior, so he needs to know where to line up. He should know where to line up.
Well, Martin, the junior transfer from Charleston, their leading tackler, out this week with a shoulder injury. 2nd and 15. 2 out to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun snap here by Wright. Steps up, now scrambling back, now going to look over towards his left side, flag thrown. Still scrambling, still looking, going to heave off his back foot, looking for his man, and it's caught.
What a catch.
Down to the 39. We'll check the penalty marker, though.
We're going to have multiple penalties here. We're going to have holding back here, and I think we're going to have a targeting penalty. And on the second flag, I think it's going to be a targeting penalty.
So we'll take a second look at it here. There's the hold. And Wright scrambling over towards his left.
Follow. There's the target right there.
And a great catch by Laird, but hit late, and we'll check with the officials once again. So a lot of penalties here on this drive late into the second quarter.
Holding. Personal foul.
So offsetting penalties, yeah, and they'll push it back and redo second down.
Yeah, I don't think we do targeting in high school, but that's dangerous play. The defender for Floyd Central, I know he wasn't intending to have a penalty. He wasn't intending to have a personal foul. He just was coming in to make a football play when the receiver dropped down, and the Floyd Central defender's body was in a bad position. It wasn't intentional. It wasn't anything egregious. He just got his body in the wrong position.
What a job by Rico Wright, though, to keep the play alive.
Isn't he good? I love the way he plays. And he's a defensive coach's nightmare, by the way. And the defensive linemen for Floyd Central are going to get very frustrated chasing him around.
The senior last week,
Stay outside. 283. Stay outside.
Steps up here, going to try to run, moving forward, and he'll just get a couple of yards. Got about 5, but had to step back and move forward and back to that original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Matthew Polk at his middle linebacker spot is kind of shadowing Rico Wright. When Rico broke forward, and Floyd Central's 4 defensive linemen did a really nice job, especially their 2 outside rushers.
So exactly 5, and it's 3rd and 10 here with 2:40 left in the first half.
Alarcon and Wade Jacoby really did a nice job of containing and staying in their containment, forcing Rico to step forward.
So at the 37, need to get to the 47 here to move the sticks. From the shotgun once again, Wright. Lines 3 out to the left, 1 to the right, takes a snap, screen left side, looking for his man. He's got his man that way, trying to get blocks and stuff from the backside. Got it to the 40, he only picked up 3, and that will bring up 4th down. And a timeout used here, the final one for Floyd Central. And now the officials coming out.
We have an injured? No, he got up.
James Bragg's the head coach of this Floyd Central team, looking for an injured player to stop the clock with 2:14. The clock is stopped. So possibly a timeout used, the final one by
Floyd.
The Highlanders.
Do they have one left? On the scoreboard, it says they have one left.
And they took their final timeout away. So out of timeouts now. We'll get the football back, though, with a 7-point lead and 2:14 left in the second half.
And wouldn't it be nice if you were with Floyd Central to go into halftime with a 28-14 lead? Have a score, go down for a score right away? To me, that would be phenomenal. And I think Floyd Central gets the ball back. So it's always interesting that if you can have the ball as the last of the first half and get the ball the first of the second half and get 2 scores, that's quite a
We didn't see a whole lot of penalties in the first half, but right there, that holding, and also you push back on that false start.
Yeah, the whole series there was, both teams was not that good.
So they'll kick it away inside their 30 here in a wobbly snap back to the punter, but able to get it away. And the kick up in the air taken around the 30 at the 32 and pushed back right away. And that's where we'll see Jack Moore in the offense.
And you know, if Jeffersonville's punter had been a little bit more aware, he could have actually taken off running, because Floyd Central did not put any rush on him at all. And Floyd has got an injured player, and it looks like he was injured in a non-contact situation.
Check out the latest on Birds Bonus, plus continuous score updates from around the area on GlideCAD.com. We'll check some scores at halftime, look at the first half stats, and also get Kaz's corner and get you set for the second half to come. 2:06 left here, 1st and 10. Mole going to take the snap. Empty backfield, heaving towards the right, and throws it out of bounds.
See, and I'm going to coach up here now, because I liked what he was doing. He's got one receiver running up the sideline, but the second receiver needs to be up the hash mark, because if you're too close together, one defender can cover 2 players. So that second receiver, the inside receiver, needs to go up the hash mark, and that holds the safety on that hash mark, and Kaiser would be open up the sideline.
You mentioned a very productive drive trying to put together a 28-14 lead at the halftime break, but also a very important drive here for the Red Devils.
Well, yeah, because Jeff doesn't want to go in that far. And if they stop him here, they're going to get the ball back with a bunch of timeouts.
They're going to bring some blitz. They're going to keep it on the ground with Mole trying to push right side, and took a big hit.
He did, and he needs to learn to protect himself. Kind of drop your shoulder. Oh, my goodness. Drop your shoulder. Protect yourself. Don't take that hit up in your body. He looked like a statue on roller skates going through there, and he never did bend down to protect himself.
To the 35, 3rd and 4. How much do you work on sliding in high school?
None.
Of the quarterback?
None. No, I mean, if the quarterback learns to do that on their own, I don't know. But that was something I would. Of course, when I was coaching, sliding was not a thing. So we didn't do that, but maybe they teach it now.
3rd down and about 4. They're going to go on the ground again, and has the first down past the 40 to the 42.
Yeah.
That will move the sticks and hold the clock here.
Clock is running, though. They got to hurry. Got to have
as soon as they set the chains.
Have a little urgency.
Clock moving once again here. 1st and 10 up to the 42.
Let's have a little urgency here.
Moving it right to left. 21-14, Floyd Central.
Kaiser.
Mole from the shotgun, running back next to his hip. Going to throw once again. Looking right side's got a man that way and overshoots him. Looking for his intended target, and that was Isaac Kaiser.
Oh, yeah, Isaac Kaiser.
Kaiser with that big 44-yard touchdown a moment ago and trying to go his way again.
Yeah, and that was really good coverage on Jeff's part, too.
So 2nd and 10, under a minute now here in this first half.
Now, I think if Floyd Central would take that inside receiver and run him up the hash mark, the safeties are so concerned about Kaiser that they're cheating over to that side. Right here, on this side right here, it's not going to happen.
They'll send a man in motion left to right. 3 receivers that way and a whistle down.
Yeah, offside on Jeff. He jumped. Number 3, a little anxious at this linebacker spot. KT Thompson, that was 33. It's hard to see some of their numbers.
So a 5-yard penalty close to 50 now, up to the 47, and it's 2nd and 5. You can have, as we mentioned, we've seen a lot of those penalties on the defensive side of the ball tonight from Jeffersonville.
Yeah, they get anxious. They're anxious, jump offside. It happens.
A Red Devil defense coming in, giving up about 19 points per game, and right now have given up 21 in the first half. 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap and a whistle down once again.
It's on Floyd Central this time.
So back to 2nd and 10 here.
Just trading penalties. Now, if Floyd Central goes back, let's go to the same formation with the same motion. Number 11 over here is getting single coverage, and that's Harrod. He's a good receiver. He's got a thumb thing on, but if he couldn't catch, he wouldn't be playing. But he's getting single coverage here from number 80, and then the Jeff roster, Brendan Presley, wide receiver, 5'6", 150-pound ninth grader. I don't believe that's really who it is, but he's got single coverage. Single coverage.
Pennington in motion again.
Single
right to
coverage.
left.
Single
Shotgun
coverage.
snap. Going to throw off his back hip. Looking for the screen. And incomplete to Robinson. Had blockers that way out to the left. But it's 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, the screen pass is a good call. It just wasn't executed very well. But a good call. It's driving me crazy standing up here watching number 11 having single coverage and not even thinking about throwing to him.
So, Coach, at the 42, need to get down to the 48 to pick up the first down here and keep the drive going on 3rd down and 10. 45.5 to go in the first half. And a 21-14 game.
Yeah, and Jeff has kind of changed a little bit in their secondary now.
Bull to the line of scrimmage.
They got Braylon
from
Gray.
the shotgun.
Braylon Gray.
They'll fake this run to Robinson. Screen out left side, trying to break off. Tackles break down the sideline, close to 6.
No, didn't make it.
And just short is Kaiser.
Didn't make it.
Got around the corner. Needed to get to the 48. About the 50 is where he got, and it's 4th and short.
So Zanell Lawless is a young man who they're very high on. He's a sophomore receiver, and he has to learn that it's really important to block. You're not just out there to catch passes. You're out there to help the team block by blocking. And if you're not going to block, you're not going to get the play. He kind of whiffed on the last play.
Well, you mentioned Robert Tucker earlier on checking in for Trey Martin in the safety spot and made a nice play there to push him out of bounds. They're going to go for it here on 4th and 2. Need to get to the 48 from the 50. Mull going to hand off. Robinson up the middle has the first down to the 45 to the 44. 6-yard pickup, and that moves the sticks. Quickly there on a shotgun snap to keep the drive going.
Can't spike it from a shotgun. You got 2.
Have to hurry up. 30 to go here in the first half. Mull looking deep, looking for a man left side and overshoots him. His intended target was Harrod, and it's 2nd down.
But see, there's 3 receivers. All Floyd Central's 3 receivers were all clustered so that they were bringing all the Jeff defenders over there.
So a penalty here. This is going to go on the Highlanders and push them back. And that's costly here with 20 seconds to go in the first half. You're going to push them out of possible field goal range. I think you have to reach possibly the 30 to take a shot.
Yeah, at least the 30, but I'm not so sure. That would be a 47. I haven't seen that kind of leg from Kennedy as a kicker.
Kennedy 11 for 11 on extra points this year. Not sure on his distance, though. 1st down and 15. Mull throwing over the middle. He's got his man towards the 40 and running out of bounds there quickly is Pennington. And a big punch on 1st down. So got back inside Red Devil territory. And it's 2nd down here and about 6. They'll make it 2nd and 4 after a 11-yard reception. 15 seconds to go here for halftime. Do you try to get out of bounds here and kick the field goal, or do you go straight for the end zone with no timeouts left?
And again, I don't know the length of their kicker. So
Mull looking again, throwing over the middle. He's got his man Robinson and dropped it. Robinson had a seam over the middle, and Sebastian Robinson unable to hang on.
See, that's what we talked about, the seams, though. In the Jeff coverage, there are certain seams that are open just by the coverage that they're in. And that time they tried to sneak a back out of the backfield up the seam. He was wide open. Just got to make the play.
Third down and 5 here.
Very good call.
11-7 left in this first half. 3 out to the right, 2 to the left. Empty backfield for Moole, and a whistle and a timeout used by the Red Devils.
And the Red Devils called timeout because they were trying to get people on the field to get some more defensive backs in the game.
So they need 5 yards to keep the drive going and to stop the clock with a chain movement. And you want to get the ball quickly out of bounds, too.
Well, if that's the case, it's just run a little hitch pad. What do they got? So there's run a 5-yard pattern, step out of bounds, go down 5, 6, go down 6 yards, plant your foot, come back to the ball, and then run out of bounds.
Talk about both quarterbacks in this first half quickly. We've seen Jack Moole look good on those first 2 drives, that big touchdown pass, but Rico Wright has also looked well. What have you seen from both guys?
Outstanding players. I love watching them play. They're both good leaders. They got things under control. Mole's thrown some nice passes. He's done a nice job here on his 2-minute drill. Rico Wright has done a great job on scrambling and keeping plays alive. Love watching them both. I'd love to have coached either one of them.
3rd down and 5. From the 38, need to get to about the 33. They're going to throw a screen, double pass out left side, looking to the end zone. Back corner over there, and incomplete and a flag down.
Yeah, pass interference.
What a throw right there. Set up by Jack Moole. Got it into the hands there of Jackson Stone and looking for Nolan Lippett in the end zone, and we got a whistle and a flag and probably holding.
Yeah, well, you knew that. As soon as I saw Floyd Central line up, I knew it was going to be a double pass.
So we'll see if we get a pass interference here. With 5 seconds to go in this first half, and you'll get a 15-yard penalty if it is pass interference.
Oh, it should be 15. So that will put the ball on the 25-yard line, 24-yard line, which would be a...
So we got 2 penalties on the defense. They'll decline the first. That was holding. Also pass interference. They'll accept that one. And that will make it a 15-yard penalty.
So is that within range of the field goal kicker? But you remember Coach Bragg talked about their fake field goal that they ran last week against Seymour. So we're on the 24, be on the 31. That would be a 41-yard field goal. And we're not going to try it because he probably doesn't have the leg strength.
So Jack Moole will stay in here for around the 23-yard line. Shotgun snap, empty backfield, 2 out to the right, 3 to the left, throws off his back hip, back corner of the end zone, heaves one up, and it's intercepted. Taken back at the 2 and brought down, and that will end the first half.
We have a flag, but it's holding against Floyd Central, so it'll be declined, and that is the end of the first half.
So it's 21-14, a competitive first 24 minutes, 24 more to come. We'll take a break, look at the first half stats, and get you set for the second moment on Glide Cap.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Vaccinations are a key to a healthy future. At the Floyd County Health Department, they can help your child from kindergarten through 12th grade get vaccinated, regardless of insurance status. Check with your doctor to see which vaccines your child may be due for, or call the Floyd County Health Department at 812-948-4726. Again, that's 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
Foul. What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Okay, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
Get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
You're busy, always on the go, and when your car needs repaired, you need it done right. At Call's Body Shop, you can make an estimate appointment to better serve you. Just call 812-949-5245 and schedule a time that fits your schedule. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and are family owned and operated. They've been serving Southern Indiana since 1954 at 2801 Mount Tabor Road in New Albany. It's your car, and you have a choice on your repair. Call's Body Shop. Can they fix it? Yes, they can.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Priority Radiology, offering full-service outpatient imaging services from their clinic at 807 Northgate Boulevard in New Albany. To schedule an appointment, visit PriorityRadiology.com.
Halftime here on this Friday night at Floyd Central High School. It's a 21-14 Floyd Central lead over Jeffersonville, back with Coach Cass, John Baldridge. And Coach, a very competitive first 24 minutes. Jeffersonville came back after trailing 14-0 to tie it at 14. Floyd Central, that big touchdown of 44 yards, but able to get that pick there to end the first half and keep the Red Devils in the ball game.
Right. Well, and Floyd did a very nice job on that last 2-minute drill, moving the ball down the field. Got right down there within scoring distance. Jeff does a nice job of intercepting the ball. So, yeah, great competitive first half. It was a fun first half to watch. Both teams had some really, really nice plays that we saw, nice long pass plays, some good runs. Offensive line, we talked about controlling the line of scrimmage. What they need to do is protect the quarterback right now. You know, we're not too concerned about moving people off the ball. Let's protect our quarterbacks and let them sling the ball around.
We'll start with Jeffersonville. They came out, started slow. Did it feel like it took a minute or two to finally build your confidence in here on the road and get things going?
Yeah, I think that they it took them a few minutes to get their feet under them, and but by the time they did, it was 14-0. So you're kind of wondering, does Jeff have it in him? Oh, we saw it. They did. They came back 14 points right away. So yeah, they have it in them, and Coach Washington has instilled that in his new team. So then Floyd Central, we said, this is an important drive. They're going to have to hold. Boom, they go down and score too. So yeah, this is a great first half, really, really competitive high school football game.
Well, Sebastian Robinson, the junior running back, that 56-yard touchdown run to start. We saw the pass game get going with Moore. What do you think they'll go with the second half? More of the pass game, keep it on the ground? What do you expect to see?
I expect them to see him come out and just try to gash him on the ground. I would suspect Coach Bragg, I know him well enough. I've seen his teams play out. He likes to run the ball. I suspect they'll come out and try to run the ball a little bit more, control the because Jeff can't score if they're not on the field. So control the ball, keep Jeff's offense on the sideline. Run the ball. You know, they did some good things with some formations, but Jeff did some good defensive adjustments against those formations. So I suspect Floyd will come out and run the ball. That's my thought.
Tonight's scoreboard is presented by Deering Floors Center. Looking for new floors in Southern Indiana? Contact Deering Floors Center at 812-487-1446. We'll take a break, come back, and a couple scores we'll check out real fast. Charleston and Providence in the second, with Providence on top 7-0. Columbia East on top of New Albany, and Eastern Green leading Clarksville right now. Some other games around the southern Indiana area here on this Friday. We'll come back and catch up with Coach Kaz's comments here in a moment on Glycat.
Vaccines help fight infections. When your child gets vaccinated, their immune system will remember the vaccine and attack the germ if it ever invades their body. Physicians suggest following the recommended vaccination schedule to provide your child with the best protection against serious diseases. The Clark County Health Department reminds you to stay up to date on your vaccines. For more information, please visit clarkhealth.net. Clark County Health Department. Prevent, promote, protect.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
Foul. What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock yourself out.
About to get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate. Save money and be protected from mayhem. Like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today. Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do with it.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
James Braggs' Floyd Central team on top here at halftime, 21-14. Back inside the press box here at Floyd Central High School in Southern Indiana. John Baldridge here with you, with the coach, Coach Kaz. And Coach, get into the Kaz's corner here and explaining different secondary coverage. We've seen this Jeffersonville team throw for a lot last week. You talk about those secondary coverages, kind of break them down, and what you expect to see in the weaknesses and the strengths in his secondary coverages throughout football.
Well, yeah, those are all good things. Every coverage has a number. So cover zero would indicate that we're playing man-to-man coverage. There's nobody deep. The pluses are we're going to get to the quarterback. We're coming with everybody. We're getting to the quarterback. The minuses are you better get to the quarterback. You better cover everybody because you got nobody deep. You have no safeties. We used to call this roll the bones. We're rolling the bones. We're taking a big chance here. But that's cover zero. Then there's cover one. Cover one is man-to-man coverage, but you got one guy deep. You're playing safe by keeping one guy deep. The pluses on that is it's the same as cover zero, except you're playing a little safer with a man deep. The minuses are sometimes a lot of motions and a lot of stemming in the offense where they change from one formation to another can confuse the coverage. It can should the cover one man come up to play man, or should he stay? So you got to be careful so you don't confuse your secondary. We're seeing a lot of cover two tonight, especially from Floyd Central. Cover two is two deep safeties, and usually those two safeties are responsible for half the field. and they usually play deeper because they have to cover half the field. The 2 cornerbacks and the 3 linebackers cover all the underneath. So you have 5 people covering underneath and 2 deep safeties. So it's a great underneath coverage, and it's a great coverage to defend against the run. It's vulnerable in those seams. If you look at the field, think of 2 safeties on the hash marks and 2 corners between the hash marks and the safeties. And as you look at that, you'll say, well, there's some open areas. There's seams. There's a seam right down the middle of the field. There's a seam up the sideline. There's a seam up the sideline. And those seams are where the negative part of that is. You can play what's called hard corner or soft corner. Sometimes you'll look like it's hard corner cover 2, which means the cornerbacks are getting their hands on the receiver and then just kind of holding their ground, and that's good for run defense. Soft corner is it looks like hard corner, and then they back off. It kind of disguise the coverage.
So what kind of secondary coverage have we seen tonight from both teams?
Well, we're seeing a lot of cover 2, and in Jeff's case, we saw some cover 1 where they were in some man coverage. Cover 3 is 3 deep. It's a third of the field. It's probably the safest of all the coverages. You'll see Floyd Central in some cover 3. It's a little safer coverage. And cover 4 is where you have 4 defenders all the way across the field. 1 hash marks, inside the hash marks, outside the hash marks. We cover all the zones. The weakness of that is you only have 3 people underneath. So if I see cover 4, I'm going to start throwing the ball underneath. One of the keys is this. And high school football has gotten very sophisticated because the quarterbacks are so good, and they go to camps all summer and they play in these 7-on-7 leagues. The defensive coaches are at a disadvantage, but the one advantage they can have is they can disguise their defense. So the quarterback comes out and he looks and he sees it's cover 2. Well, I know cover 2. I know where I'm going to go because I know where these weak spots are in the defense. But at the snap of the ball, it's not cover 2. The defense has changed. They disguised it, and it's actually cover 3. And so the quarterbacks throw it in a seam that's not there. So, and you'll see really good defensive teams with a lot of savvy defensive backs will look like they're in one coverage, and they're really not. They're disguising it to go to somewhere else.
That's Jim Kazmarek breaking down Kaz's Corner this week. A good look at the high school band here at Floyd Central, one of the best high school bands in the state of Indiana. And the Highlanders on top, 21-14 at halftime right now. We'll come back and look at what needs to get done for both teams to pick up a win here tonight on Glide Cat in a moment.
A proud supporter of the Providence Pioneers and Southern Indiana High School athletics, Mack Construction is a second-generation company that provides quality workmanship in heavy civil construction, asphalt, and streetscape while maintaining focus on worksite safety and productivity. Put Mack Construction's nearly 40 years of award-winning service to work for your project. For more information, visit mackconstruction.com. Mack Construction. Experience. Reputation. Solutions.
Looking for a career instead of a job? Want to make a difference in a child's life? Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program is now hiring. They offer competitive wages, plus health, dental, and life insurance, as well as paid college tuition and retirement plans. Apply online through Indeed.com or email your resume. You can make a difference in a child's life. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start, serving children and families for over 60 years.
With a wide range of products including video surveillance, door access, fire alarm monitoring, or burglar alarms, Northside Security ensures top service at an affordable price. Their team will efficiently plan and install your system, then train you with 24-hour monitoring. For more, contact them at 812-282-3142 or get a quote online at northsidesecurity.com. Northside Security in Clarksville, where service and protection meet.
Vaccinations are a key to a healthy future. At the Floyd County Health Department, they can help your child from kindergarten through 12th grade get vaccinated, regardless of insurance status. Check with your doctor to see which vaccines your child may be due for, or call the Floyd County Health Department at 812-948-4726. Again, that's 812-948-4726. A message from the Floyd County Health Department.
Welcome back here, a 21-14 Floyd Central lead at the break, and it's been a fun first half, 24 more fun minutes to come. A good look at the Floyd Central band down there. A lot of members on that band.
Outstanding,
Coach, and a very good job.
Yeah, outstanding band. One of the, if not the best in Southern Indiana. It has to be one of the top two.
We'll take a look at some of the first half summary here quickly, and we talked about how Floyd Central got out to a 14-0 lead. Jefferson answered back with 14 of their own, and that 44-yard touchdown pass by Jack Moore made it 21-14. And tonight's first half summary brought to you by German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. What do both teams need to do to pick up a victory here in the second half?
Keep doing what they're doing right now. Don't change anything. I think Floyd Central maybe run the ball a little bit more. And just control the line of scrimmage. I still think their offensive line is a good offensive line. They can control the line of scrimmage. But Jeff is going to blitz, and they're going to have to pick up those blitz. So maybe not running straight ahead, but off tackle. I think some counter plays might work well for them because of the way Jeff is playing, their defensive ends are playing. So for Jeff, Rico, right, put the ball in his hands, let him make things happen.
We mentioned Jeffersonville came back from 14-0 down. Floyd Central answered back with that touchdown. But how important is it to get that mojo going here early for the Highlanders on their first drive?
Oh, very important. Very. But now the key is, remember we talked, they had the ball at the end, almost scored, could have scored, and they get another chance right here in the start of the second half to go down and score. So, yeah, getting up 28-14 makes it a little more difficult for Jeff. But we've seen Jeff, when they are down, to come back and maybe that's what motivates them when they get down.
Homecoming night here at Floyd Central, and look, there's a new homecoming queen this year.
There is a new homecoming queen. I'm going to tell you about her. Her name is Precious Flawn.
Okay.
I hope I pronounced that correctly, Precious. And very, very pretty young lady. And Floyd Central does a really nice job on their homecoming. Interesting, they do it before the game. Most teams do it at halftime. They did it before the game, which is kind of neat, actually, because nobody leaves. Before the game, nobody's leaving. At halftime, people leave. So good for her. Precious Flawn. She's also on the track team, and I'll bet she's probably a really, really good student.
I was with you last year at Providence. I believe that was on homecoming night. You told me your homecoming story, but for some people out there that don't know it, I don't know if Tim knows it, our producer tonight. You want to pass that along to everybody.
It's great. Yeah, well, it's a great story because our high school, again, the same. We were red and black, but our fight song was the same. And we at football players sponsored the young ladies, just like Floyd Central here. All the homecoming queen candidates were with a football player. Our high school did the same thing. So a couple weeks before this all happened, a very, very cute, pretty young high school senior girl who was in my chemistry class began to sit next to me and began to talk to me and became very friendly with me. And I thought, well, this is kind of neat. I mean, I always say she looked like Allie McGraw. Now I don't know if our younger viewers have any idea who that is, but we do. Tim and I do. Anyway, so I asked her if she wanted to be my escort in the homecoming, go for homecoming queen. Oh, my goodness, I can't believe you asked me. And so she was all dressed up just like these young ladies here. And we did the thing like they did here, and she didn't win. Monday, we had a chemistry class. Guess where she was sitting? All the way across the room again. And she started dating some other guys. And I thought, well, isn't that interesting?
Jim Kazmarek, one of the finest here on Glycon.
So if she's still out there, by God, and you're on Glycon, I haven't forgotten you. And for all those young girls who are listening to this, please take care of your boyfriends.
Tim Bryan, our producer tonight, has ran the ones and twos and alongside his brother Greg Bryan running the camera, making sure everything looks good upstairs. John Baldridge here with you and getting set for second half kickoff here as Floyd Central about to take it back and have a 21-14 lead. It's been a fun first 24 minutes. A very good crowd here tonight. A beautiful night. Sun has gone down, and we're set for 24 more to come.
Well, this is interesting because I'd forgotten that really Floyd Central has one set of bleachers. The across-the-way bleachers are, and you look and you say, oh, Jeff doesn't have many fans. Well, they do. They're all over here. There's a visiting team section on the other side of this one big, massive bleachers. So Jeff brought a nice crowd of people here.
Well, I'll ask you, too. Joe Washington in his first season, 3-1 right now, came off a 0-10 season last year for the Red Devils. How hard is it to build a program back up?
It's very difficult. Yeah. It's very time-consuming, very difficult. But what you end up doing, you spend as much time coaching their heads as you are spending time coaching them in football. And everything's got to be positive. You have to have all your assistant coaches have to be positive, and you have to love on the players because they're used to getting beat down. So it is a difficult job, and it really takes a special kind of person to take over that kind of responsibility. So I might have been wrong. I think it's Floyd.
So Jefferson will get the football here.
I was sorry. I was incorrect.
They squibbed it away to start the ball game.
Right, that's what I thought.
And the 56-yard run by Robinson made it 7-0. So the Red Devils will get the football, and they'll get it back, moving right to left, and we're set to go.
Watching KT Thompson's 11th junior linebacker here on the kickoff receiving team. He is having himself a great time out here. I can tell he likes playing football. He is bouncing around and just having himself a good time, and I like that. I like to see kids enjoy playing football, have fun doing it.
Scottsfield, the site tonight, and a turf facility they have here, and we believe they're putting a new turf in, is what I heard before the ball game here next year, and going to redo the track around the facility, but a very nice facility here in Floyd Central, and Floyd Central on top, trying to pick up their third straight win. Jeffersonville comes in winning their last three. They're 3-1. Floyd Central 2-1, and a team that came off a tough loss for the Highlanders Week 1 to St. X down in Louisville. How hard is it to respond after a tough loss, giving up over 50 points?
Early in the season, not much. You look at it as a very good learning experience, and I've said this before. The second week and the second game of the season is the most important game because you found out all your mistakes and all your weak points in the first game. You've corrected those. You've worked hard during practice to correct that, and then you go into that second game to see how much the kids had learned that week in practice. So, it's no big deal. I mean, you don't want to get beat. Trust me, it's not that much fun, but you don't really dwell on that.
So we're ready to rock and roll for football here in the second half in a 21-14 game. They're going to onside kick it here, trying to get it up, and they got it inside Red Devils territory at the 45.
And that is a traditional Floyd Central onside kick. They have done that. They did it against my teams. I have seen them do it many times, and no matter how much you prepare your team for that, they seem to always pull it off. Congratulations, Coach Bragg. I was not expecting that, and I should have been because I've seen it, and I've had it happen to me.
Quickly by Nolan Kennedy, kicking it away. Kicked it around the 50, and it lands at the 45, right back in the hands of the Highlanders. They'll move it left to right. Two out to the left, one to the right. Shotgun snap. Moore going to hand on first down. Robinson up the middle, pushes past the 40 down to the 38 for about a 7-yard pickup.
So I wonder if that's an indication now of what Floyd Central, that's what we talked about. Come out and gash them, run it, control the line of scrimmage. Go back to rock 'em, sock 'em, smash 'em football. Control the ball, keep Jeff on the sideline.
They'll give him 6 back to the 39-yard line, and it's 2nd and 4. Hold to the line of scrimmage from the pistol.
look at that inside receiver on the left side. He is wide open.
He'll send a tight end in motion right to left, and up the middle again with Robinson trying to shrug off a couple tackles, keeps his legs moving close to sticks, and looks like he has the first down.
Yeah, good stop by the Jeff linebacker.
Got 4, and that moves the chains. 1st and 10 down to the 35.
Yeah, Robertson's out. Lawless is out. Herrick is in.
Harrett will check in here as they'll run a receiver on 1st down.
Camden Harrett coming off that injury, 6'3", 190-pound senior. Good for him his senior year. He gets to do this.
Shotgun snap by Mull. He's going to trying to run around the corner right side and thrown up in the air around the 30. Try to run around the corner there was the running back. Try to get a number. It looks like it was Jones, and it's 2nd down and about 6.
Jeff Corner. Jeff Corner does a nice job reading the play and coming up as a run defender, but then he whiffed on the tackle. You got to keep your head up. You got to break down. You got to make the tackle. You can't come in there like an arrow with your head down.
The senior Jacoby Jones on the carry there. He got 5.
So again, keep doing it. Here during the same formation. Look for a counter play here now. Faking inside to Robertson.
3 receivers lined in tight to the right. Robinson around the corner left side, and he'll get close to sticks. Got about 4 of the 5 he needed.
Good job of both those running backs that were in the wing position were used as pulling guards, pulling blockers.
3rd and 1 here, and a long 1 yard they need on 3rd down. They're going to bring the big body set in here.
Yep. Tight
ends lined up each way. From the shotgun, Mull going to hand up the middle. Robinson trying to keep his legs moving, has the first down.
He did. There was no hole there. Robertson made that hole. He did a really nice job of keeping his feet moving and his legs driving and finding a gap.
Got about 2 down to the 24, and that moves the sticks.
Yep, exactly what we talked about. Floyd Central just control the ball, run the ball.
And how surprised are you them coming out and kicking that onside kick to start?
It caught me off guard, and it shouldn't have. It really shouldn't have. Like I say, I've seen Floyd do that. It's good. It's a good move, good play, smart coaching.
Mull again to Robinson. They're going to go give and go on the draw up the middle. Past the 20, down past the 15, close to 14. Marketed the 13, and a good pickup on 1st down.
I think maybe Coach Bragg talked to his offensive linemen sternly at halftime to get them to come off the ball like they're doing right now. But, offensive linemen love this. They love running the ball. This is what offensive linemen go to sleep dreaming about is running the football, man on man, get in a man's face and block them and move them.
13 yards on the run.
Watch them move their feet.
At the 13, 1st and 10.
Move them.
Robinson again up the middle, pushing forward, gets past the 10, down to about the 8.
At 77, Lucas Alejandro, 6 foot 245 sophomore, made a really, really nice block. And you watch him, he moves his feet. All the Floyd Central linemen are coming off the ball really strong now.
Floyd Central really took their time calling plays in the first half. Quickly back the line of scrimmage on this drive, though, a little tempo. 2nd and 5. 7:43 left here in the 3rd. First drive by either team. Mull, shotgun snap. He's going to give to Robinson again up the middle, keeping his legs moving close to 5. Got about maybe 2 or 3, and it's 3rd and short.
Yeah, Blanton Varvel and Brody Crump on the left side or just really pushed back on the Jeff defensive front.
3rd and short, give them 4, so it's 3rd and 1. Trying to get into the end zone on their first drive and make it a 2-score game.
Yeah, and if we don't make the first down there, I go for it on 4th down too.
Floyd Central moving left to right.
Come out very balanced. So the defense has to play balanced like
Pistol
this.
Again. They're going to go with Robinson again up the middle. Breaks a couple tackles and rumbles in for the touchdown.
Boy, he did a nice job. Then he's stepping over. Did a good job stepping over the...
Sebastian Robinson, his 2nd tonight, his 4th on the season, and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, nice blocking again by Blanton Varvel and Brody Crump. But Robinson did a really good job of high-stepping it into the end zone.
So Kennedy trying to go 4 for 4 on extra points. The kick is up and through.
Boy, a lot of leakage, though, in that Floyd Central front on that kick. Holy smokes.
So a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout also. 6:56 left in the third. 28-14 Highlanders on Glide Cap.
For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
An onside kick all the way to the end zone on a run by Sebastian Robinson, and a very successful first drive for James Bragg here in the second half, and a 28-14 lead.
Do we do it again?
We'll see what they do
what do you think?
time. I can't believe they will.
No, I can't either, but
Nolan Kennedy's looked well. He's made all 4 extra points, used the onside kick, and really went down the field with ease there.
But the Jeff team, they need to be bundled up here, close.
All we've seen tonight from Kennedy is squib kicks or an onside kick. We'll see what they do here.
Now you can see Jeff should be bundled up and then spread out when Floyd Central spreads out.
Well, we questioned his range earlier because we don't know how far he can kick the ball.
But he doesn't need to. Keep squibbing it.
We'll see what he do here.
He's going to squib
Kennedy will squib it again. Onside kick.
Oh, my God, they got it again.
Who got it? It looks like it's Floyd Central.
They got it again.
Holy Toledo. Floyd Central gets it back, and why not? How do you stop that?
Well, you're better prepared, and Jeff has not been prepared for this, and they should be, and that kind of goes on the coach. The coach has got to have his kids prepared for that, ready for that, and know how to defend an onside kick.
Well, we talked about Mojo, and Mojo lost right there for Jeffersonville.
Mojo's in a green jersey right now.
So Jackson.
This is disheartening for Jeff.
Moole back out there, and Jack Moole will send his team to the line of scrimmage.
Keep it up. Just run the ball. Keep doing what you're doing.
From the 49 of the Red Devils, 3 receivers lined up tight to the right, and a whistle and a yellow marker. A false start on the offense.
Oh, didn't see that. Look, I saw the Jeff player jump.
And if you're Rico Wright, who's had a really good first half, you got to feel hurt a little bit on the special team unit.
Can't do anything on the sideline. All right, now, don't try to, just get you a good 6 or 7 yard play here. Make it a 2nd and 7, 2nd and 8.
1st and 15, now back inside their own territory at the 46.
Those 5-yard penalties really hurt because it really puts you behind the chains, and it really takes away some of your plays that you want to run.
Trying to have a promising first down play. They'll throw a screen out left side, trying to break off a tackle down the sideline, and maybe 1 or 2, shred a couple tackles there, but not much for Harrod.
Well, I tell you, they were lucky. There was a white jerseyed hand that came up just when Mole was passing that almost intercepted that ball right at the line of scrimmage.
We talk about the Bugatti group from this Jeffersonville team, their receivers, as their coach calls them. But you've seen tonight from Pennington, Kaiser,
Lawless,
and all these guys. You got
Robertson.
Maybe the Diesel group out there. 2nd and 13 after a 2-yard pickup. Man in motion left to right. That's Pennington. They're going to take the snap from the shotgun, throwing over the middle. He's got his man out past the 40, inside the 40, down to the 35, and that will move the sticks.
Carver Kelly, just a nice square in pattern. Again, you get in front of the safety and behind the linebackers, and the linebacker blitzes, you pick him up, and that square-in pattern, that 15-yard square-in pattern is wide open.
Kelly, the senior, his first reception, and moves the chains. Inside Red Devil territory to the 35, and it looks like Jeffersonville looks a little tired out there defensively as well.
Well, they've been on the field now for 7 minutes straight.
5:40 to go in the third. Robinson breaks off tackles left side inside the 30, trying to break down the sideline to the 25, down to the 23, and that moves the sticks once again.
And that's that same play where they get their bunch over here on the right side, but they use 2 of those bunch blockers as pulling. So you've got all 5 of your linemen blocking down. You've got 2 big tight ends who are in that bunch position, pulling and kicking out the defenders, and that's a really well-designed play. And if Jeff doesn't adjust by bringing their players to the bunch, then they're going to run to the bunch. If Jeff adjusts by slanting or bringing players over, then they're going to run away from the bunch.
What a job it's been tonight by that offensive line.
This is
first down and 10. They're going to send a man in motion again. And
no, that was a messed up formation. I knew Coach Bragg is not going to be happy with that. Not sure what they were trying to do.
So we'll take a timeout as well. 28-14 timeout used on the field on Glide Cap.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or long-time patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
First down and 10 upcoming here in the third. 5 minutes to go in the third, and Jeffersonville hasn't touched the football. 2 onside kicks, a touchdown, and the Highlanders on top by 2 scores.
And I'm going to tell you, Coach Bragg was probably not real happy having to waste the timeout to get a formation in the game.
Jack Mould takes the snap from the shotgun, sends a man in motion over to the left, and he'll go on the ground here. Trying to rumble left side, past the 20, close to 17, and runs out of bounds.
Yeah.
And a good carry there by Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby. I know, it should be.
So Jones Jacoby, his second carry in the second half. And under 5 we go here in the third.
And, we used to call that eye candy. When you put a guy in motion like that for no other purpose than to make the defense pay attention to him. That's Kaiser. He's in motion. Everybody watch Kaiser. He's in motion. Everybody's pointing. Kaiser's in motion. And then you run the ball. That's just eye candy. Just something for the defense to look at.
2nd and 2. They're going to go with Jones Jacoby again. He's trying to go right side, has a seam towards the sideline and pushed out at the 5, but has the sticks. Jones Jacoby coming alive.
Yeah, and Jameis Ransom, the cornerback for Jeff, he did a nice job of coming up, but again, they're not breaking down. They're coming up, like I said, like an arrow, like a bullet. And you need to break down. You need to gather yourself, and you need to get your head up, and you need to make a tackle.
So Sebastian Robinson out, and I just got a clarification. It is Jacoby Jones, not Jones Jacoby.
Oh, well,
they'll go Jacoby Jones here, and they're going to push 4 of him. He's close to the end zone. Got down to the 1, got about 4, and it's 2nd and goal.
Then their roster is messed up because everybody else on the roster has the last name first, first name last, which is odd, too, on the roster. You usually don't do that. I don't know. It's
so an injured player down. Looks like we got cramps here on a offensive lineman for the Highlanders. It's 2nd and goal from the 1, 3:56 left in the third, as Highlanders trying to make it a 3-score game. We'll break. Be back here in a moment on Glide Cat.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or longtime patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout Southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com. You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Second and goal from the 1-yard line, an injured body down here for the Highlanders in a 28-14 Floyd Central lead at home, trying to move to 3-1 on the season, look for their third straight win, and had played very well in the second half. 2 onside kicks, and confidence has built into this Highlanders team, and some struggle by Jeffersonville even to touch the football.
Well, yeah. The struggle is, I don't have my team ready for onside kicks, and I mean there's so many hours in the practice. There's so many things you have to do. There's so much you have to cover. And when I was coaching Thursday was the day we had an hour regular practice, and then the last hour of practice was everything that could happen during a game. And we would do 4 or 5 different onside kicks and 4 or 5 different ways to recover an onside kick. And punts. And we used to have a period called gobble wobble. And gobble wobble was for the defense to prepare them to play against all kinds of weird formations. And we'd throw out formations that they would never see to see if we could adjust to them on the fly. And that was so the kids were prepared. I mean, we tried to think of every contingency in a game that they would be faced.
Blanton Varvel, the injured player. They're going to go up the mound here with Jacoby Jones trying to break off tackles and gets in from one. Jacoby Jones into the end zone. Touchdown, Floyd Central. His first on the season, and makes it a 3-score game here with 3:45 to go in the third. So 2 onside kicks, 2 drives down, 2 touchdowns, and it's slowly getting away from the Red Devils.
Well, and if the Red Devils will recover the next onside kick, then it's going to be really, really important for them to get downfield and score right away. They have got to get the mojo back.
Kennedy trying to go 5 for 5, and he's been excellent tonight, right up and right through.
Yeah.
And it's 35-14. And what a drive, and now you got to go back out there and try to recover an onside kick. And what does you think the special teams coach and the head coach are telling the guys right now?
Well, let's see how they line up. That's the key. I mean, he's got players in there that have receiver numbers and backfield numbers. So he's got the right people up there. So he's got 6 line up right in front of the ball. Number 9 and number 19, I can't see one of those 2 have to line up even with the ball.
Well, I can tell you guys, you won't get this on a Sunday afternoon in the NFL anymore with the new onside kick rules. But right here in the state of Indiana, you get some onside kicks on a Friday night.
And now Jeff is prepared. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them in front. Now, there's a voided area. Now, if you have a little, what I call it a 9-iron shot, where you can get the ball high in the air, a little blooper. You bloop it right over this first 10 players, and you see there's 5, 10, 15, there's 20, almost 25 yards of space between them and the deepest player for Jeff. So now the kicker for Floyd Central, can you do a blooper? Can you get it up over the top, a little high blooper, maybe even have a little backspin on it would be nice. See if Kennedy has all those things.
So they'll kick it away from the 40, and they're bringing some bodies closer in this time, as you mentioned.
Yeah, they got 10 of them up there.
And we'll see what James Braggs decided to do, the head coach of this Floyd Central team here. The kick is away, and this one is booted past the 30, back to receive and taken inside the 30 at the 26-yard line.
Well, apparently they don't have one of those little bloopy kicks.
Able to fall on it was Jaden Kelly, the sophomore.
Yeah.
The back man there for.
So now a lot falls on Rico Wright's shoulders to get Jeff into the end zone. And I like this. I'm going to see how Floyd Central's defense responds now. They've been sitting on the bench as much as Jeff's offense has been on the bench. So is this defense. So let's see how they respond now. See if they come out all fired up.
Well, this feels like a very important drive. Got to get points on the board here for the Red Devils.
Very important.
Down 3 scores. They'll start from around their 26-yard line. From the shotgun. Right back out there. He's going to hand, and we got a whistle down. A shotgun snap trying to go up the middle and a false start.
False start.
So not the start you wanted.
Nope, not the start you would need to.
Looking for productive play, and right there, not the results.
So Sebastian Robertson's now in at an outside linebacker outside linebacker position. And Jeff has adjusted their defense to cover those wide receivers, especially that deep slot back.
So first and 15 back inside the 25 back to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, Jeff needs to have a little more urgency right now in their offense.
3 to the right, 1 to the left, shotgun snap. Yeah. They're going to go up the middle here, pushing close to 25 to the 24 and about a 3-yard pickup. So keep it on the ground. You surprised by that down 3 scores?
Yes, I am. And what I'm surprised at, right now you're down 3 scores. Go into kind of a hurry-up offense. I mean, you want to play fast, but you don't want to hurry, if that makes sense. But they need to have some urgency where they need to play a little faster right now. Get out of the huddle faster. Call your plays faster.
Second and 12. Shotgun snap. Throwing over the middle is Wright looking for his man and just overshoots him.
Yep.
Looking around the 40-yard line and a pass thrown further than that around the 30, incomplete.
Yeah, he's got a strong arm. He has got a strong arm.
Well, it was a Jeffersonville team that scored 63 points in their last 2 games. But a team right now trailing by 3 scores and needing a first down here and needing 12 yards.
And I can see how they did that. They have a potent offense. They're ready to explode. I mean, at any time now, Wright can connect with one of the Bugatti boys.
Well, it's an offense that scored 30 points last week, threw for 293, needing a first down, 12 right here. Shotgun snap, right, heaving deep, got a man open. Holloway dropped it around the 30, left alone and couldn't hang on.
Oh, my goodness sakes. He had him wide open.
The transfer Cam Holloway in his senior year, wide open past defenders and right through his wickets.
Well, and again, I mean, this is a tough catch. I mean, but if you got your hands like this, the ball's going right between your hands. You got to have your pinkies together. Put your pinkies together. And I would always tell kids, if you put your hands together like this and look, see how they all fit together? God made your fingers like that so you could catch passes. Don't have your hands apart.
Well, Holloway, 2 touchdowns coming in, and Wood had his third right there. They're going to punt it away now. Punt back at the 12-yard line. A high kick. They're going to get it away, and fair catch called around the 48, and we have a whistle. That's going to be fair catch interference at the 48-yard line, and a costly mistake once again.
I'm not so sure about that one. That almost looked like the Floyd Central player ran into the Floyd Central player. That's going to be a.
So the officials will meet.
Yeah, it's going to be fair catch interference.
And we'll see if they pick it up. We'll check the marker here with 1:16 left in the third quarter.
I don't know if anybody else saw it. Yeah, I did too. I think, but I don't think we count them.
Well, right now they're going to mark the ball at the 48, but we'll see where they move it to or if they pick this penalty up.
No, they're marking it off.
And they are going to call fair catch interference. So they're going to assess it on the Red Devils and move the ball inside Jeffersonville territory.
Yeah, that's a tough call for Jeff.
Down to the 38-yard line.
Actually, I'm surprised Jeff actually punted that ball.
So at the 38, 1st and 10. Moving it left to right with 1:16 left in a 3-score game. Highlanders on top in the third. Screen pass out right side.
Some good
complete.
blocking.
Good pass by Mull down past the 30 and keeping his legs moving there. And a nice pass to Wade Jacoby, yes.
Yeah.
So close the sticks. Got about 9 of it and about a yard short.
Yep. Well designed play because both wide receivers that didn't catch the ball had really nice blocks and were in great blocking position.
Jacoby listed as a two-way guy on this team, tight end also defensive lineman.
Right.
6'2", 205 in his senior year.
Yeah, good-sized kid.
From the shotgun, once again, they have it in the pistol. Running back behind the quarterback here on 2nd and 1, running clock with 40 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Going to go again with Robinson, and he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
Well, wouldn't that have been a good time to fake the ball in the line and have the quarterback fake it in line, put the ball behind his back, stand there for a minute, have the tight end hang in like he's going to block it and release. It had been wide open.
Was able to get one, though, and at least move the sticks for a first down.
But Floyd Central doesn't need any scores. What they need is just run time off the clock. So
you're getting into a situation now trying to get the ball back for the Red Devils, running out of time.
But I was an offensive coach, and I love to do those kinds of things. 2nd and 1 in that field position, run that.
Well, this could possibly be the final play of the third quarter. And you look back at the third, and it goes back to those 2 onside kicks that will come back to bite you for Jeffersonville.
Well, they're going to have to. The play clock is like 4/10 of a second ahead of the game clock.
So they'll snap it with 2 on the clock here in the third quarter and up the middle once again and got about 5 or 6 on first down.
Robinson's really running hard. And then he spin, hit, spin, picked up an extra 3 or 4 yards.
So Floyd Central 12 minutes away from victory here tonight and trying to improve to 3-1 on the season. Have a 35-14 lead after 3. We'll come back for the final 12 in a moment on Glide Cap.
This second shift. This old pair of pants. This staycation. This brown bag lunch. At American Family Insurance, we understand what it takes to make your new kitchen, that new car, or your new house a reality. It's the same as it takes to protect it. To protect your new life, your future, your dreams.
Looking for a career instead of a job? Want to make a difference in a child's life? Community Action of Southern Indiana's Head Start program is now hiring. They offer competitive wages, plus health, dental, and life insurance, as well as paid college tuition and retirement plans. Apply online through Indeed.com or email your resume. You can make a difference in a child's life. Community Action of Southern Indiana and Head Start, serving children and families for over 60 years.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
A lot of happy fans here tonight on homecoming night here at Floyd Central High School, and after 3 quarters of play, a 35-14 Floyd Central lead over Jeffersonville, moving the ball right now, 2nd and 3 inside Red Devil territory.
Well, if Jeff is, they've got to tighten up this defense, bring those linebackers.
We're going to take the snap again to Robinson up the middle and plows over a defender for the first down.
Yeah, Floyd Central's offensive line really looks good right now. Don't they? Just coming off the ball, getting contact on the Jeff defenders. Jeff defenders are getting standing up. They're getting tired. When you get tired, you stand up. When you stand up, you're going to get blocked back, and you get more tired because you're going to have an offensive lineman in your face for 5 yards. Jeff, you got to play low. You got to play low. You're tired. You got to play low. You're getting beat. Doesn't matter. You got to play low.
So a drive started back on their own side of the field, tucked back, and now to the 15 of the Red Devils. They're going to go again up the middle with Robinson, pushes forward, got down to about the 10 for a 5-yard run.
So what happened, again, they go in that bundle thing, and Jeff is adjusting to it, but then now Floyd Central is just running counter to it. So you adjust, and Floyd's got to weapon to counter what you did on defense. So it's kind of like a chess match, and right now Floyd Central's got the king and the queen and the bishops on their side.
Robinson has looked well tonight, the junior. Trying to punch in for the third time. He's already been in the end zone 2 times this evening. 2nd and 4, and a whistle down before the second down snap. We got a false start here on the offense.
Drives coaches crazy. You're on the 10-yard line, 2nd and 5, and you get a 5-yard penalty, an uncalled for 5-yard penalty. You got to hold your position. Hold your position.
So back to the 14-yard line, and it's 2nd and 9. They're going to run a player on here with Lawless, one of the receivers. Take their time here, and you can take as much time as you want. Up 3 scores with 10:35 to go in regulation.
Yeah.
Jeffersonville with all 3 timeouts, but needing the football back.
Yep.
From the shotgun.
A stop here.
And whistles down once again.
Delay a game. No timeout.
We got a timeout used by Floyd Central. They're second in this half.
Yeah. A stop here by Jeff would keep them in the game because Wright can sling the ball.
So Jeffersonville needing a stop. 10:20 left here. They have all their timeouts. 2nd and 9. And you honestly need a turnover, a fumble, something to build your confidence in.
And this is, remember we talked about cover 0, roll the bones? This is the time you roll the bones. Right here, right now. Roll the bones. Go for broke. Make something happen. You know, you're losing 3 scores. You're down 21. What difference does it make if it's 21 or 28? But what makes a difference is if you can create a turnover, but through an aggressive play, and you stop them, and then we go down and score, and now it's a 2-score game. And, 2-score game, stop them again, go down and score.
Well, Jeffersonville tonight has really struggled offensively. We talk about Floyd Central. They've been inside this Red Devil territory 5 times, have scored all 5 times, and have not had a 4th down.
So
2nd and 9.
See what
sending man in motion.
They did.
A jump, and it looks like this will be on the Red Devils.
Yeah.
Trying to jump early on the snap. Was a defensive in there. Believe
linebacker.
That was Glory Shamingan. And now we'll push it forward.
Shaminga.
The senior defensive tackle.
He's made some nice plays for Jeff, though, tonight. He's had some good penetrations, but really the Floyd Central's offensive line now is really, really taking control of this game.
We talked about that senior-driven team, a team that went 0-10 last year. A lot of guys sticking around and trying to go to 4-1 tonight, but have struggled here to find any success in the second half. 2nd and 14. Shotgun snap. Mull takes the snap, looking left side, got a man, and Lawless incomplete.
Good
one-on-one coverage that way.
Very, very good pass coverage, though, on Jeff's part. That was number 11, Bryce Grant, 5'8", 160-pound junior. Nice pass coverage.
So that brings up 3rd and long.
Seemed like a...
So at the 19, they'll mark it. Need to get down to about the 5-yard line to move the sticks on 3rd and 14.
I'd still like to see Floyd Central use their tight end a little bit more in their passing game.
Shotgun again here. They'll go 2 each way. Now they'll send a man in motion left to right in Pennington. 3 receivers to the right. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw the back hip. And they got a screen to the running back. Trying to move forward as Robinson, short of the sticks. Got down pass. Now kept his legs moving. He was tackled around the 10.
He might be close to the 1st down.
And is able to push forward to the 5. So a second effort after initial contact.
He was stopped cold on the 10. And are they going to? No, it's going to be 4th and 1.
So it looks like they're going to go for it here.
Oh, yeah, 4th and 1.
4th and 1, they're going to bring the big body set in. Under center, Mull going to take the snap. Pushing forward. Did he get there? It's close.
Yeah, he got it.
And
he got it.
Has enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, actually, he kept his feet moving. He kept going. He kept feet moving, and he's fighting against where the pressure isn't. And he slid, and he slid all the way out and scored. But the referee had said he'd already blown the whistle.
You see a lot of that in the NFL with the Eagles bringing everybody in, and they just slam forward.
The worst play in football. It should be banned.
Move the sticks to the 4-yard line, 1st and goal.
It used to be a penalty for pushing. It should still be a penalty. You should just take it out of the game. It's not a football play. It's a rugby play.
So Moole able to get the chains and try to make it a 4-score game and put 40 on the board tonight for the Highlanders. 9:28 to go here in the 4th. They're going to go on the ground. I believe it's Robinson out to the left. Close to the end zone. Is he in? Touchdown! Yeah. Floyd Central. Able to push forward is Sebastian Robinson for his 3rd TD tonight.
Not only his 3rd TD, but Varvel and Crump, and I'm not sure Varvel was in there because he was injured earlier, so I'm not sure he's back in there. I can't see who's playing left tackle. But Brady Crump at 6 foot 225. Anyway, Floyd Central's offensive line just have dominated. The whole second half, they've dominated. What did we say they were going to do come out in the second half?
Came out a lot of mojo.
Run the ball. Run the ball.
Have played very well. The kick this time is low no good. So Kennedy's first miss on the season and makes it a 41-14 game with 9:21 to go in the 4th.
If Coach Bragg wants something to work on this week in practice, he needs to work on the blocking on his extra points and field goals. There's a lot of leakage, and that bothers the kicker. The kicker will pick his head up when he sees that leakage.
Floyd Knobs in the end, and we'll take a break. Get back in a moment on Glycat.
You cannot depend on Beth to choose the best meal to go.
Is that soup? No, thank you.
But you can always depend on her car starting because she has an Interstate battery, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville.
You're tuned in to Southern Indiana High School football on Glycod.
Me singing the fight song.
Interested in corporate partnership with Glycad, our aim is to do so, and you can get involved with all our high school platforms. If you have a program idea, drop us an email all season long during the football, basketball season on Glycad.com. Back with the coach, Jim Kazmarek. John Baldridge here with you, and Coach, it's been all Floyd Central.
Well, yes, the whole second half. They started with the onside kick again, scores. But what's impressed me the most is the play of the offensive line for Floyd Central. They completely dominated the second half.
We'll see if they do another onside kick here. It's kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah, I think they'll just squib this one. But I'd like to see them try the little bloopy one over the second line's head.
So Nolan Kennedy, 14 for 14 on extra points until his miss right there.
It's going to go out of bounds.
They'll kick it deep, and it rolls out of bounds.
It's just going to get it on the 35-yard. Why didn't he just squib it again?
If it's working, why not? Yeah, don't mess with it.
Don't mess with success. Just squib it down there. The one you went and kicked full, you kicked it out of bounds.
So if you're Joe Washington, you're down 4 scores right now, what are you trying to build on and have some success in the rest of this ball game leading to next week?
Now, you realize Jeff's only had the ball 3 plays this whole second half.
Yeah.
And they punted. So, I don't know. You know, I'm going to just say, okay, guys, the next 9 minutes is going to be a really good practice for us, and we're going to look at some things that we're going to work on during the week. Can I get Rico Wright to – because they started out with a good plan because, you know, Floyd was playing some really soft coverage. Now they've changed their alignment.
Trying to look for some progress and production here. They're going to go on the ground on first down and up the middle to about the 40 to the 39 and about a 3-yard pickup. So trying to put something together. You mentioned only their 4th play in the second half on the opposite side of the ball.
Yeah. You know, this is something else it's become in vogue, especially in high school, is for the quarterback to run over to the sideline after every play to get a play from the coach. And I thought, well, why do you want to wear your quarterback out running back and forth? You know, I used to signal in all of my plays to the quarterback, and it seemed to work.
moving forward here, close the first down sticks, about 2 or 3 yards short on 2nd and 6, and make it 3rd and 2 or so.
And we would actually get to run more offensive plays by doing that because even, it was 5 or 6 seconds, 10 seconds. If you add that up in 45 offensive plays, 10 seconds on every offensive play, that's a couple minutes, that's a couple extra plays.
3rd and 2 from the 42, need to reach the 45 to keep the drive going. Wright throws, quick pass out of his hand, complete for the first down, up to the 48-yard line, and that moves the sticks.
That was a nice pass play. That was a well-called play, just a little stop pattern, go down 5 yards, stop, get the first down. Ball's in the air before the receiver even turns.
Cam Holloway, the reception there after that big drop. You go back a moment ago and dropped a touchdown from about 40 yards away.
Yeah.
1st and 10 up to the 48-yard line. Under 8 we play here in regulation. Shotgun snap taken here, and Wright scrambling out towards the right, throws off his back hip, got his man, complete to the 45 of Floyd Central, run out of bounds, and got about 5 or 6 yards. Nice reception there towards the sideline.
Yeah, Matthew Polk, the linebacker, makes the tackle, and that was Cam Holloway, I believe, on the reception.
2nd straight there from Holloway.
Yeah. But again, and this is something that the coach can work on, those defensive ends have got to stay in a contained rush. Stay outside.
2 teams with tough schedules upcoming. We'll break it down, look at the analysis from this game on the postgame show tonight. 2nd and 3. Taking the snap and over the middle, looking for his man in Tucker, and it's incomplete. Had time there.
Yeah, he did. I was looking for an interception there. Actually, I thought Floyd was going to intercept.
A wobbly pass. Aaron brings up 3rd down.
Well, the good thing about that is if you're going to throw short over the middle, you have to throw it quickly. If you wait short over the middle and wait is an interception. So if you throw it over the middle, it has to be a quick pass.
Running clock moving right now with 6:45 to go. Shotgun snap. Wright stepping back, and he's thrown for a loss. Time came, and it was lost quickly, and it's 4th down.
Well,
we're seeing that pressure come and sink in on him here in the second half. A loss of about 5, and we'll see if they punt it away.
They are.
So 4th and 8, they'll kick it away back to the Highlanders. And just playing for next week at this point.
Find out what we can do. Let's practice. Let's practice some things that we need to get better at.
Kick away at the 40.
Good punt.
Taken back around the 20 by the Highlanders. They're going to get it out past the 25 to the 26 by Mac McFarland. 6-yard return, and
he's just senior, 5'11", 160-pound senior. He's one of those players when you come in along the gate there, all the senior players have their pictures up there on posters. That's pretty cool, actually.
So we'll see if they go with the first-team unit back out there. Do you expect you'll see Moole back out there for a big lead?
Oh, yeah. They've got all their players in there.
On top, 41-14 right now.
This is a big win for Floyd Central, and I'm going to give them the win right now. But this is a really big win. Jeff has turned their program around and are really playing well.
5:10 to go, and back out there moving it right to left for the Highlanders.
And this really does put Floyd Central in the catbird seat for the conference. Columbus East comes in here next week, and then at the end of the season they play New Albany. And I'm not sure what the New Albany score is. New Albany was losing to Columbus East.
We were talking about big rivalry matchups, and it doesn't get any bigger between this Floyd Central New Albany rivalry at the end of the season.
That's massive, let me tell you. And when I coached, they didn't like us, we didn't like them. And the stadium was up, probably where you parked, that used to be the stadium up there, wasn't down here. And it was always foggy, it was always the last game of the season, it was always foggy, it was always cold, it was always drizzly. The field was always
It wasn't sunny, right?
No, it It was, and neither team liked each other, and we had some knockdown, drag-out, hard-fought football games. The 11 years I coached, it was.
They're going to set up at the line of scrimmage from the 31-yard line. Will taking his time here, under 4 now in regulation. 2 each way, and running back next to quarterback at the hip.
Run it.
Shotgun snap. They're going to give it this time, and out past the left side, past the 40, 45, close the 50, and a big run.
That's the big running back there. That is the big guy, Clayton Franks, 5'9", 250, a junior. He is the big running back.
Give him 18 yards all the way to midfield. And a 1st and 10. And no matter who you put in there tonight, we've seen Robinson, now Franks, we've seen Jones, and a great job by the offensive line.
Really, right now the offensive line for Floyd Central could be the most valuable players in this game. They really have taken control of the second half. They really took control of this.
3:30 to go. They're going to give it on the ground again here with Franks, and he'll move forward right side this time. Inside Red Devil territory, about 2 yards to the 48.
Yeah, I was just having to focus on one of Floyd Central's offensive linemen, number 70, Brody Crump. And he got right up underneath the Jeff player, who the Jeff player's getting tall because he's getting tired, and just drove him back. We used to always tell everybody, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, the guy that gets the lowest is going to win the battle. Who's ever lowest will win the battle.
2nd and 8 from the 48. In Red Devil territory, moving it right to left. Tight end lined up to the right, running back next to quarterback from the shotgun. Mull setting this team down, and he'll take the snap now. He's going to hand it off and go in right side, trying to break off tackles, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and unable to get there.
Yeah, I'm not so sure Clayton Franks, his strength is not running outside.
Frank's a big dude, 250, this junior.
Yeah,
unable to turn the corner there.
I think his strength is running off tackle. And I think that's what coach is going to tell him when he comes off the field.
He's going to check out now as they're going to bring Harrod back in here on 3rd and 10. We'll see if they go to the air attack here on 19. 2:33 to go.
Don't need points.
Taking his time is Mull. Yelling out instructions, and takes a snap, a high snap, able to get it back and hand it off. Around the corner, trying to move forward is Jones this time, and gets inside Red Devil territory.
He has enough quicks to
24 minutes. Had a 21-14 lead at the break and have scored 20 unanswered.
This was a very, very impressive Floyd Central performance tonight.
Whistle and a jump here. I believe this is on Jeffersonville. One of their defensive linemen moving a little forward early there, and that makes it 3rd and short now. It's been a fun night. Good crowd came out here on homecoming to see it. We thank you very much for being with us tonight here on Glycat. A lot of action across the Kentucky area tonight and here in southern Indiana. It looks like it's going to be Floyd Central picking up their 3rd straight win. 3rd down and 3.
Well, I think we can pretty much assure that Floyd's going to win this, and but it was a very, very impressive second half performance. The 2 onside kicks were brilliant on the coach's part. It was brilliantly performed by the kicker. Kennedy did a masterful job of kicking.
Jones forward, looks close the sticks. We'll take a look and break down where Coach expects both teams to go moving forward after this in the post-game show tonight.
A little extra stuff going over there, but
it was a good fight in the first half by the Red Devils. Trailed 14-0, but those onside kicks really came back and hurt them in the second half early.
That was probably one of those penalties where the referees probably could have winked and forgot about it.
They're going to assess a personal foul here, I believe.
Yeah. Well.
And we'll see what the officials rule with 43.6 to go.
I don't know. I didn't see the player, didn't see what happened. So we're going to assume it was something bad.
A lot of good action tonight here on Glycat. I know we had Trinity Male as well.
So this would be a good time right now. The best formation in the whole world, the best football play, the take a knee victory play. So
the one you enjoy the most, they're going to do it from the shotgun.
Knee, there you go. I don't like it from the shotgun. I can tell you. But the thing is, right now, they don't practice going under center. So if the center had the ball and the quarterback snuck up behind him and put his hand there, the center would probably go, "Whoa, what's that?" I don't know what that is. So because this is what they do on their offense, they're going to do the victory play from the shotgun.
Well, for the last 24 minutes, it was all Highlanders tonight, and Floyd Central running out the clock, going to pick up their victory and go to 3-1 in the season with a 41-14 win. It was a fun one tonight. We thank you very much for being with us. We'll come back, take a look at where both teams are going to go, some scores, and wrap it up on the post-game show in a moment on Glycat.
Looking for family fun in Southern Indiana? Then look no further than Strike and Spare, your go-to spot for a great time at prices that won't break your budget. With regular and kid-friendly bumper bowling lanes, everyone can join in on the action. And don't miss out on Cosmic Bowling, the cool way to bowl with that nighttime feel. Strike up the fun at Strike and Spare in Clarksville at 511 Little League Boulevard. And visit strikeandspare.com/Clarksville for more information on hosting birthdays and corporate parties.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
I'm your overly competitive brother. I'm ready for a rematch. Game on.
Foul.
What are you going to tell me again?
Foul.
Yeah.
Foul, bro.
Here, take a free shot. Go ahead, knock
You're
yourself
about to get served.
Seriously?
Get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Love you, Mom.
Contact Jeffersonville Allstate agent Packy Page for a quote today.
With cardiac emergencies happening more often than ever, the Clark County Health Department offers PulsePoint. It's a set of 911 connected apps that empower everyday citizen responders to provide life-saving assistance, as well as locations of nearby AED equipment. If you've been trained in CPR, you can download the app at pulsepoint.org, Google Play, or the App Store. Get the app, save a life. A message from the Clark County Health Department.
For the area's best pre-owned vehicle prices and selection, visit Jim Butner Auto Group. Since 1955, the Jim Butner family has been Southern Indiana's top choice for reliable, trustworthy, and exceptional service. Enjoy fast and easy financing, no matter your credit history. Visit JimButnerAuto.com or stop by our showroom at 125 West Lewis and Clark Parkway in Clarksville. Discover why Jim Butner Auto Group is striving to serve you better every day. Jim Butner Auto Group, your hometown family dealership since 1955.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Jim Butner Auto Group, offering Southern Indiana's best selection of pre-owned vehicles through a family tradition of excellence.
Well, a fun one tonight. It was all Floyd Central in the second half, put 20 across the board and won it 41-14. Back with Jim Kazmarek, John Baldridge here with you on the post-game wrap-up show. And Coach, Floyd Central got those onside kicks, 2 of them in the second half, and really kept the ball out of Jeffersonville's hands.
Completely changed the game, didn't it? Completely changed the game. And, again, Coach Washington probably was not prepared for that. I wasn't. I didn't think they would do it. I should have. Like I've told you, many times as I've coached against Floyd Central, I've seen them do that multiple times. It's interesting that Coach Bragg has continued that kind of Floyd Central tradition on that onside kick of 2 that they recovered. So anyway, changed the momentum of the game, but to me, still, the key was the way Floyd Central's offensive line just took command of the game. Floyd Central was able to run the ball. Again, Jeff had 3 plays in the third quarter. You can't do anything. There's nothing you can do as a coach offensively with 3 plays.
Well, I think it was a shocking stat, too, that Floyd Central went down into Jeffersonville territory 6 times in this ball game, never had a 4th down. They passed very well with Mold. They got the run game going, Robinson. I mean, everything they wanted to do, they did correctly tonight, and I felt like it started with that big run early, and everything just went the way they wanted tonight.
Yeah, that's right. It really did. I think one of the keys to the game was who was going to control the line of scrimmage, and Floyd Central controlled the line of scrimmage. There were some other things I liked. Jeff's quarterback, Rico Wright, has a good future. I hate that he's a senior. I'd like to see him back again next year with a little more experience under him. But he's got 5 or 6 more games this year to have a great senior year. They do have some fine receivers. Coach Washington, I think, is one of the sharpest young coaches in the area, and he will. The comment up here was a culture change that people up in the press box has seen from the Jeffersonville football team, and that's really a credit to what Coach Washington has done in his leadership at Jeff High School. On the other side, Coach Bragg continues to have successful teams at Floyd Central, and he seems to be able to do what he needs to do to win the game. If he would have needed to have thrown a lot of passes, I think they would have been very successful throwing the ball tonight. But he didn't need to do that. What he needed to do was just keep pounding and pounding and pounding. And I do believe that that's really what Coach Bragg really likes to do. I think he really, being an old offensive lineman himself, I think he likes to run the ball.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it very well, talking about where both teams are going in their futures. And we'll look at the upcoming schedule for both teams, as well as Glidecod's schedule coming up in a little bit. As we look at the scores tonight around high school football, tonight's scoreboard presented by Deering Floor Center. Looking for new floors in Southern Indiana, contact Deering Floor Center at 812-487-1446. Deering Floor Center. Some finals tonight. Providence with that win over Charleston, 42-12. Columbia East in the 4th, leading New Albany 36-10. Scottsburg and Silver Creek 14-0 win for Scottsburg over Silver Creek, and Eastern Green in the 3rd with a 22-8 lead over Clarksville.
Really? Wait a minute. Scottsburg, read that again. Scottsburg beat Silver Creek.
Scottsburg beat Silver Creek is the final 14-0.
That's a wow. That's a big wow. That's Scottsburg is rebuilding their football program, and it's good to see that. And it's a surprise because Silver Creek is a very good football team. Well, so good for Scottsburg.
That's tonight's scoreboard presented by Deering Floor Center. We'll talk about some rebuild of a new school that's been around a while, since 1870, but a school in Jeffersonville who went 0-10 last year. We'll talk about their upcoming schedule as well as Floyd Central's, and look at the key players who caught our eye in this matchup as we continue to roll in the post-game show in a moment here on Glidecod.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or longtime patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's two sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Final tonight here on Glycon. It's a 41-14 Floyd Central win, wrapping it up on the postgame show with Coach Kaz, John Baldridge. And Coach, we look at the final thoughts from this game, and we'll look at the upcoming schedule for both teams in a moment. But for Jeffersonville, it could have been a whole different change if they recover those onside kicks, get the ball, possibly go down in a 7-point game, but not the story.
Well, and you're right. Just think if Jeff recovers the first onside kick of the second half, they get it on the 50-yard line, they go down the score, now it's 21-21, and Floyd Central now has got to march the whole length of the field. Mm-hmm. The whole game might have changed because of two onside kicks. And it's amazing that you think something as simple as those two onside kicks could really determine the whole football game. But they did.
You talk a lot about offensive and defensive line tonight from both teams and trying to establish that offensive line. If you are Jeffersonville and the head coach of their team in Joe Washington in his first year, what do you tell your team this week to be able to establish that offensive line going into next week when you take on believe correctly, I had it somewhere in front of me, take on Silver Creek.
Silver Creek next week. Well, here's what I tell them. We're going to watch the film, and I'm going to show you how in the second half, when you got tired, you started standing up. And when you started standing up, the Floyd Central players started blocking you back. And we've got to work on that. We've got to work when you get tired. You got to stay low. and I used to harp on the low man wins, offensively or defensively. The low man in the line is always going to win. And so that's what coach is going to, he's going to watch the film. He's going to show his offensive lineman, or defensive lineman actually, this is what happened. This is why you were kind of dominated by Floyd's offensive line.
Is there certain drills you work on in practice
Yes.
trying to establish that?
Oh yeah, all the time. We used to have a bar that was set so that if the players got up too high, boom, they bumped their helmet on the bar, and it would kind of ring a little bit, and they would learn that you got to stay low. And all the drill, everything we would do, we would constantly be harping on staying low. But yeah, there are lots of drills you do that teaches the defensive players they have to be below the offensive player, and that's what we used to call it leverage. That's basically what the term is. It's leverage. You're gaining leverage on offensive linemen. If you were a high school wrestler, you understand the term of leverage. High school wrestlers they use leverage all the time.
Tonight's final numbers here and final thoughts are brought to you in part by German American Bank, strengthening communities since 1910. We'll come back, take a look at where Floyd Central goes next week, and take a look at our key players in this action and all that to come. It's been a fun night of action here. People still hanging out, enjoying this Friday night here at Floyd Central in Floyd Knobs, Indiana. One more time, the final score 41-14. We'll come back with our final thoughts in a moment.
Dr. Carter's office, Annette speaking. How may I help you?
Whether you're a new or longtime patient, you know that when you call Dr. Todd Carter, you'll be treated like family. For over 25 years, Dr. Carter's been providing quality dentistry for patients throughout southern Indiana, from regular dental exams and cleaning to restorative and cosmetic procedures. Let their dedicated and established team take care of your family today. Call Dr. Todd Carter at 812-944-5155 or visit drtoddcarter.com.
Drug use in adolescence or early adulthood can have a serious impact on a teen's life. Teenagers who use marijuana are more likely to have lower grades, even drop out of school. They may also suffer from impaired driving, higher levels of anxiety, and depression. We all want to see the youth in our community succeed. Regardless of your stance on marijuana, we can all agree that it's not right for teens. Paid for by Drug Free Communities and Our Place.
You cannot depend on Oliver's parallel parking.
Hey, you got it, man!
But you can always depend on his car starting because he has an Interstate battery. Interstate batteries, outrageously dependable.
Come by Interstate Batteries, 1510 Production Road, Jeffersonville. When young people need a place to go and someone to help, there's always a safe place nearby. Clark County Youth Shelter and Family Services, a local nonprofit organization, designates businesses and organizations throughout Clark and Floyd counties as safe places, which offer immediate help and safety to area youth who are experiencing crises. For more information on these safe places and a list of locations, visit ccysfs.org. This is a message from the Clark County Youth Shelter.
When it comes to medical imaging, you have a choice. Choose Priority Radiology in New Albany for convenient quality services like CT, MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, mammography, and more. A community supporter of our local high school athletics, Priority Radiology is devoted to making sure you're informed and comfortable every step of the way. It's a level of care you won't find anywhere else. Tell your doctor or provider that you choose Priority Radiology when outpatient imaging is needed. Visit PriorityRadiology.com for more information. Priority Radiology, you have a choice.
This is what excellence in construction looks like. It's a startup company that launched in 1980 under the leadership of a husband and wife team who had a vision for growing something great, the American dream. It's two sons who have worked hard and earned the opportunity to carry on the legacy from the ground up. It's nearly 300 employees with common culture and commitment to construction. Some of the region's most visible and ambitious projects with the same heart, passion, and drive. It's our experience, our innovation, our reputation, and core values that set us apart. Mack Construction. This is what excellence looks like.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Theresa Lamb. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
(41-14) the final tonight. Floyd Central wins it here on Glycat over Jeffersonville. And we look at tonight's most outstanding players. Are brought to you in part by Theresa Lamb, State Farm Insurance Agent. As I always say, like a good neighbor, State Farm is always there with the Coach Kaz, and Coach, who really caught your eye tonight?
Well, a lot of players really caught my eye tonight. And let's go. We'll do Jeffersonville first. They have a slate of really nice receivers. We could have really picked any one of those receivers. But really, to me, the trigger man for Jeff was Rico Wright. And Rico, I think he's going to have a great season. And he's a really nice quarterback, and he's got a nice arm. Jeff's offensive line needs to protect him a little bit better. When he was in the pocket, staying in the pocket, he had some nice throws. When he was having to scramble, not quite as successful, but he did have some nice throws. So for Jeff, their most valuable player tonight was Rico Wright. For Floyd Central, this is really tough because Sebastian Robinson had a fantastic game. He started the third play of the game. He had a 60-yard touchdown run. Jack Moll, playing quarterback, had some really, really nice passes. Isaac Kaiser, what a beautiful catch he had on that long touchdown. Mm-hmm. I really was torn on actually naming the entire Floyd Central offensive line as the most valuable players in the game. But you know what? This is a first. We've never done this before. I have named for the most valuable player for Floyd Central, Nolan Kennedy, the kicker. And the reason I did that is his 2 onside kicks at the second half turned the game around. Somebody had to recover those, but his 2 kicks were perfect. And he's the most valuable player for the game tonight. First time ever a kicker.
Well, he's been excellent with extra points this year. A guy who missed one today, but is 14 for 15 on extra points, and those 2 big onside kicks were the focal factor in tonight's win. Yep, and he did a really nice job.
Floyd Central's coaches did a brilliant job of preparing their team tonight. They had a great game plan. They followed through on their game plan. Their game plan was don't kick the ball deep to the good Jeff return men. I don't think those Jeff return men are going to see many kicks at all this year. But I guarantee it, Jeff will be ready for onside kicks from now on.
Well, that's tonight's most outstanding players, brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance Agents. Theresa Lamb, like a good neighbor, State Farm is always there. We look at the upcoming schedule next week on Glycod, brought to you in part by Strike and Spare in Clarksville. Visit strikeandspare.com for more information on hosting birthdays and corporate parties. Some games next week taking place: Columbia East, Floyd Central, Silver Creek, Jeffersonville at 7 o'clock, and Male PRP, Anderson County, South Oldham, and Ballard and Tates Creek. Where will you be next week, Coach?
I think we are going to be right back up here for Floyd Central and East.
Well, it should be a fun one. It's going to be a fun week of fun here for Floyd Central, a team that goes to 3-1 in the season. Jeffersonville drops to 3-2 with the loss, 41-14 the final. We thank you very much for being with us tonight. It was a pleasure to call it here in Floyd Knobs, Indiana, for our producer, Tim Bryan, our cameraman tonight, Greg Bryan, and Jim Kazmarek.
Nope, Kazmarek. That's all right.
I messed it up one time tonight.
You said it right all night long. How can you?
Well, Jim, it's been a pleasure working with you. It's been a little while, and I enjoy.
That's all right, John. We'll get to work together again.
Jim Kazmarek.
Thank you.
One of the best right there. John Baldridge saying so long for tonight. Final score, 41-14. Floyd Central wins it. So long, and we'll talk to you next time back here on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Southern Indiana High School Football. Presented by IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Tonight's game was brought to you by Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable since 1952. Allstate Insurance Agent Packy Page. He puts you in good hands. Mac Construction, experience, reputation, solutions. Priority Radiology in New Albany, you have a choice. Clark County Health Department, prevent, promote, protect. Jim Butler Auto Group in Clarksville, a family tradition of excellence. And by Cassie Head Start, German American Bank, Northside Security, and Call's Body Shop.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcast, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @GlyCod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from GlyCod.